the very best players in the entire country.
Aiden Udon, Mr. Electricity.
Amon with the carry, and he's in again for his second touchdown of the night. Dives for the pylon, and he's got it.
Touchdown, Norwood. Jackson Pond. Touchdown.
Westmoreland County High School football is on the air. This is 2024 Westmoreland County High School football, live on the Westmoreland Sports Network, presented by FSQ Sports Training in Level Green. Will you outwork your competition? By Aesthetic Family Dental, delivering quality dentistry and oral health services in Harrison City. By Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley. By the Dobrinick Funeral Home in Trafford. A caring and experienced staff here to support you. By Penn Township Commissioner Chuck Conkus. Good luck, Warriors, from Chuck Conkus. By Hoffman Wealth Management in Jeanette, committed to helping you pursue your goals. By Great Talk Family Vision Care, now open in Harrison City, where I care means I care. By Dom's Pizzeria and Sports Bar in Trafford. Reserve Dom's new mobile pizza oven for your next event. By Greco Family Dentistry in Murraysville. Healthy smiles naturally. By Level Green Plumbing and Heating. Start preparing for the winter season now with Level Green Plumbing and Heating. By East Suburban Sports Medicine. They have the best care, hands down. By State Farm Agent Alex Hetrick in Delmont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm Agent Alex Hetrick is there. By the John V. Graziano Funeral Home in Jeanette, providing the highest quality funeral services to the families in the Jeanette community. By Shula General Contractors in Penn Township, making dreams come true since 1975. By L&J Spiritwear, custom apparel, spiritwear, and uniforms for your favorite high school. And by Seton Hill University. Find your forward at Seton Hill University. Now, the Westmoreland Sports Network takes you live to the stadium for tonight's pregame show. Presented by FSQ Sports Training in Level Green on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Good evening and welcome to our coverage tonight of a marquee matchup in Class 5A here on the Westmoreland Sports Network as the Penn-Trafford Warriors host the Moon Area Tigers in a rematch of the 2021 WPIAL Class 5A Championship game. John Myers joined by John Bainbridge here at Penn-Trafford High School and Warrior Stadium. And John, certainly these teams familiar with a lot of success in recent years. We mentioned they played 3 years ago down at what was at the time called Heinz Stadium. The Warriors won a thriller on that evening, winning their first ever WPIAL title. Both teams took a little bit of a step back the next year. They were in the playoffs a year ago. Moon actually made it to the semifinals before they fell to the eventual champion, Peters Township Indians. It was one and done for the Warriors, and now they are looking to establish themselves as title contenders once again here in 2024. The Warriors 1-1 overall, coming off of a win at home against Mount Lebanon last week, and the Moon Area Tigers had their game postponed and likely canceled last week because of inclement weather, but they did win in impressive fashion in their season opener 21-0 against Trinity. I would expect tonight to be an outstanding matchup, maybe reminiscent of when these teams played with gold on the line.
Yeah, both of these programs are top tier in 5A. they have Penn-Trafford, obviously the tradition for the last 25, 30 years. Moon, the past maybe 5 years since Coach Lynn has taken over there, and they steadily increased the win total for Moon.
Yeah, the Moon Tigers are a program trending up, and Ryan Lynn deserves a lot of credit for that. He has done an outstanding job. What he has done is basically completely remake the offensive formula in the last couple of years. When these teams played before, the Tigers looked a lot different offensively. They now use primarily a running-based attack with the wing T, which is a little bit of a throwback style. We see here in Westmoreland County, the Mount Pleasant area Vikings often use that type of offense. It presents a challenge, certainly, for Penn-Trafford defensively, although John Ruane does see some similarities between that and when they play McKeesport on a regular basis and that flexbone style attack.
Yeah, for sure. Defensively, if you play an option team or a wing T team, I think discipline is the key. Eye discipline and plus gap discipline, because they do a lot of pulling of guards and tackles and try to get you out of position with some counter game also.
Tonight's pregame show is presented by FSQ Sports Training here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. FSQ Sports Training in Level Green will you outwork your competition. On the other side, the Warriors, I think, found something offensively last week with a passing attack that struggled in Week 0 against Norwin, but Johnny Louver was much improved, and their biggest breakthrough performer is Jack Weissar. He had an unbelievable game, a career night for him, 10 catches, 130 yards. Now, that's not to say that's going to happen every week. It probably won't, but he seems like maybe he might become the focal point in terms of the passing attack now.
Oh, it's definitely, you can see that he is the primary target for Louver. And I think with 10 catches last week, obviously he has a lot of confidence in him. Last week there were a lot of timing routes, hitches and outcuts on the outside, and a couple down the field also. So he's becoming the go-to guy for Louver.
Well, one thing that we know offensively for the Warriors, they're going to lean heavily on Tasso Whipple. The senior running back has continued his incredible career this year. He went for nearly 1,400 yards on the ground last year, scored 14 touchdowns as a rusher. This year, he's over 300 yards already and 3 scores. He was also their top receiving option in the Week 0 loss against Norwin, but he is an absolute standout really on both sides of the football for PT.
Yeah, everybody talks about him at tailback, and his stats speak for themselves. He's such a good, strong inside runner, but he also shows speed when he gets to the outside. And the thing that I've noticed about him the last couple of years, he very seldom goes down on first contact. Also defensively, from his outside linebacker position, he's a very good football player on defense also.
Remember that this is not a conference game, but with the new formula that allows the committee to choose the wild card, certainly a game like this could go a long way towards determining the postseason about 8 weeks down the road from now. We will take a quick break. When we continue the FSQ Sports Training pregame show, we will hear from John Ruane, the head coach of the Warriors. That's as we continue a marquee matchup here in Class 5A, the Moon Area Tigers and the Penn-Trafford Warriors. It's all here to come on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Drive like a champion with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville. You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. Customize your payments, apply for financing, get a value for your trade and more with the Bowser Express Store. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
This is Dr. Mark Graytalk with Graytalk Family Vision Care.
Hi, this is Dr. Brian Graytalk, and I'm happy to announce our newest location in the Penn-Trafford area on Route 130.
Over the years, we have cared for families in Greensburg and Ligonier. We're very excited about our new location.
We carry designer glasses, bifocal contacts, and dry eye therapies.
Graytalk Family Vision Care, where I care means I care.
We care, Dad. Call 724-744-8804.
Every morning brings a new opportunity, a new chance to be great. But it's up to you to decide who you want to be. You can wake up and chase your dreams, or stay where you are and remain the same. The great ones keep pushing. The great ones do more. So, are you going to be great?
Good luck, Warriors, on a great season. From chiropractor Dr. Joseph Altier in Jeanette. Dr. Joseph Altier provides whole-body chiropractic care for all and specializes in headache relief. To make an appointment, call 724-52-SPINE. Serving the community for over 25 years, Dr. Joseph Altier Chiropractic, near Elliott Company in Jeanette.
Welcome back here to the pregame show on the Westmoreland Sports Network before tonight's matchup, Penn-Trafford and Moon. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Warriors, John Ruane, whose team scored an impressive victory last week, 28-7 at home against Mount Lebanon. John, it had to feel awfully good for these young men to get the victory in what was a pretty complete effort, I would say. What did you like most about the win?
Yeah, we felt good about winning. We still have a lot to clean up and fix, and we watched film again and tried to make those corrections for this week. But I was definitely happy that we, first of all, moved the football. I felt as though I wanted to coach with some confidence Friday and go for some fourth downs and put some faith in the kids, and they absolutely delivered. I thought Mount Lebanon did a good job of stopping our run a little bit in the first half, and I think that opened the door for Johnny Louver to have a really good game throwing the football. And then eventually, once we started doing that, it kind of went back to we'll be a little bit more 50-50 split. So that was good. Our defense, I thought, did a very good job. A couple busted coverages on a drive that led to their touchdown. But other than that, we tackled a lot better. I thought we played a lot better up front. And our linebackers, I thought, were more physical than they were the week before against Norman. So we definitely saw a lot of progress.
So obviously Tassa Whipple's a guy you can basically bank on racking up yards, getting in the end zone. He was able to do that again, almost 140 yards and a score. Johnny Louver did have a really big game, 217 yards passing and a touchdown. He was pretty efficient. We've seen him have some good games in the past. I'm sure it felt good for him. But the breakout star offensive, I think, was Jack Weissar. 10 catches, 130 yards, nearly had a touchdown as well. What allowed him to be so good, and is that something you anticipate that he'll be able to sustain?
Well, I don't know if Jack's going to have 10 catches every game, but yeah, he had a great game. And he just did little details very well. We threw some quick ones to him, and he came off the ball very hard and got the corner to backpedal, and we were able to stick it in front of him. He also, on his crossing route game, he did a great job of running a good stem and making sure he got separation from the defender. He was overly athletic, I thought. So, yeah, we were ecstatic about Jack's effort. And that's our expectation. I mean, he's a great football player, great athlete, really intelligent kid, and he certainly showed that on Friday.
I'm sure it was a special moment for Dom Smith as well, getting a touchdown. I don't think he had a single reception before that. So how big was that to get the production out of your H-back and tight end positions, and in particular Dom?
Yeah, Dom, that was a great play by him to stay alive and Johnny to stay alive and find him late. So, he didn't quit on the play, and then he caught it and accelerated and made a great job to get in the end zone. So Dom's done a great job, and I think all of our aces and tight ends have been very good this year so far, and which is great because that was a question mark coming in. None of them were returning players. Dom and Michael Bodai and Jacob Briggs had a great night. Actually, Jacob Briggs had a really good 2 weeks, and Heath Dunlap. Those guys have really worked their butts off, and we're starting to play them a lot more. We're kind of rotating guys to keep people fresh, and they're all answering the call.
I know you said you wanted to coach confidently. You went for it, I think, on fourth down in your own territory in the first drive. You also had that onside kick that nearly yielded points. Did you feel like the team's confidence kind of grew as the game went along, and especially afterwards, maybe compared to where it was a week prior?
I do, and a lot of times that's on the coaching staff to say, look, we trust you, go do it. Like I said, they answered that call, and there was really no doubt, and we felt confident if we didn't get those things, we'd get the stop anyway. And credit the kids though; they ran harder on fourth down. They found pass protected longer on fourth down. They threw the ball. We didn't really do much as coaches. They kind of took care of business.
How did you evaluate your special teams now 2 weeks into the season? I know you said that's always a question mark heading into the first game of the season, but it seems like some of these guys, the young kickers, have kind of answered, and then you almost had a kickoff return touchdown, unfortunately negated by penalty. How overall have you evaluated that third phase of the game?
We've done pretty good so far. The kicking game has been good. I think we've punted twice, and both of those were pretty sound. Our return game has been good. That would have been great had we not had the penalty, but that's part of special teams. You cannot have penalties. You cannot block in the back. You cannot hold. We had 2 of those on Friday. We had 1 the previous week, and that's just unsound, and that puts you in a bad spot. Obviously, taking points off the board is a dagger, especially you seize momentum, and then you give it right back when they kind of take a sigh of relief when they didn't give up the return. So that's something we definitely have to get better at. But we have a lot of really good athletes, both seniors and on down, and those guys are really carving their niche on special teams so far.
So it was a beautiful night at Penn-Trafford High School last Friday, but unfortunately several other WPIAL games were ultimately canceled because of inclement weather with lightning delays and things of that nature. That applies for your upcoming opponent, the Moon Tigers. Their game against Montour that was highly anticipated ultimately did not conclude. So does that give you a little bit of a challenge not really having a full game from a week ago to kind of base a scouting report on?
Yeah, that was the biggest takeaway from that is we don't get to see, some of the intricate details. We only have 2 games on them to this point. We have a scrimmage, I guess, and a game and a quarter. So, we're a little bit questioning what's going on in certain situations. But at the same time, I guess one advantage is, we're in 2 weeks of game shape. They're in 1 week of game shape, which I think is a really big deal. So, while it's not ideal for us to watch film, we'll move on with it.
I would assume it's a safe assessment that you can say they're a good team at this point. They had a 21-0 win against Trinity. Obviously, we know they made a postseason run to the semifinals last year. When you look at their team, what do they do well?
Yeah, it's very similar to when we played them in 2021. The number one thing that stands out is physicality. This is what they base themselves on. They take a lot of pride in being the more physical team on the field. They'll line up and run right at you. They have a diverse run game, to say the least. They hand the ball off to multiple people from multiple positions. Their wings get a lot of touches in the counter game. They don't throw a ton, but when they do, it's usually for deep shots. And so it's definitely a challenge to line up. We almost likened it to playing the key sport a little bit with how many different things they do offensively and how disciplined you have to be and be at home every play. And then defensively, they don't line up like they used to, but they certainly attack like crazy. So, they want to set a hard edge with 2 guys playing outside linebacker, and they play a lot of cover 0. So they want to put guys in the box to stop the run, to say the least, and they do a really good job at it.
With all that being said, what are the biggest keys for your team to score a victory?
We got to get them off the field. Our third down defense has been one thing we've been really harping on getting better at. We've got to end drives, not give up another 3 plays or 6 plays or whatever it might be. So third down defense is going to be really, really important. We can't turn the football over. Possessions are going to be at a premium, and each one of them has to count. So a turnover or a 3-and-out would be terrible. And then again, we have to do great on specials. These guys have played 2 games and they blocked 2 kicks. Again, what they've been known for is that they once blocked, I think, 13 kicks in a season, if I'm not mistaken. So they are really, really into their special teams, and we have to not take a play off at any point.
Lastly, I know you briefly mentioned the last time you played them in 2021. For those unaware, that occurred in a WPL championship game down at Heinz Field at the time, and your team won in what was a terrific game that came down to the wire. I know you're focused on 2024 because the players have changed almost entirely, but do you at least for a split second think back to that incredible afternoon down at Heinz Field that allowed you to win that championship against them?
When the team, when the schedule came out, we thought that'd be pretty cool to play them again. And I'm sure they have a little chip on their shoulder coming to play us at our place. And we just know we're going to get their best. So, but of course, we talked about it, but at this point, that's ancient history. We got to get our butts going in 2024.
That's John Ruane, the head coach of Penn-Trafford. We'll take a break and continue after this on WSN.
At Smale Kia, we know that winning takes hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. By sponsoring Shining Stars, we'll select 2 teams each season to help fund their booster programs. Rewarding their hard work, athletic progress, and community service is an investment we're proud to make. Congrats to our previous Shining Star winners, and good luck. And speaking of excellence, lease a 2024 Kia Forte LXS for only $99 a month from Smale Kia.
Come to D'Annunzio's in Latrobe at the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport and experience our Sunset Terrace overlooking the runway. Enjoy the unique, peaceful vistas from the terrace while you have lunch or dinner. You even have a great opportunity to see flight traffic coming into and flying out of the airport. D'Annunzio's also has entertainment on the Sunset Terrace every Friday night, weather permitting, from 6 to 9. Give D'Annunzio's Latrobe a call today to book your reservation for the Sunset Terrace.
Hi, this is Chuck Honkus, and it's been my honor to serve you for nearly a decade as Penn Township Commissioner. Friday Night Football in Penn-Trafford is not just a game, it's a tradition that spans many generations. I am blessed to be a part of this special community with my family and friends. Good luck to the Penn-Trafford players, coaches, band, and cheerleaders on another great season. Paid for by friends of Chuck Honkus.
Shula General Contractors specializes in transforming the most important space, your home. With our team, your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, deck, or addition will be constructed by licensed, insured professionals. We also have extensive background in new home construction with building lots available in Penn Township. As an approved VA builder, we make life at home easier for our most deserving heroes. Call 724-744-4290 or shulacontractors.com.
And we continue here on the pregame show brought to you by FSQ Sports Training. Will you outwork the competition? Of course, FSQ Sports Training located in Level Green. Sean Myers, John Bainbridge here on the call, manning the camera high above Matt Palumbo. And John, we have gotten, conflicting reports on potential rain and storms in the area. We know that at some part of Pittsburgh, probably the rain will hit pretty heavily tonight. We're hoping it's not here in Harrison City.
Well, it says on the latest thing we just looked at on the weather app, not till 10 o'clock, and hopefully both of these teams run the football a lot, so we could be out of here before that.
Well, the Tigers certainly do not want to go through what they experienced last week, which was a game that ultimately did not count. They were slated to have a big-time showdown against Montour, but that game, like many games last week, it was an interesting edict that came out this week, by the way. I don't know if you saw this. Officially, those games are still suspended, so they can be resumed if the schools agree to resume it. Now, I don't imagine any of those games will be resumed, but I guess there is a potential scenario where that could dictate if you get in or out of the playoffs, again, with this new system where the committee decides. So if you're right on the cusp, I don't know, is there a scenario where you play a game midweek to get it in? I have no idea. So, yeah, it's a very curious scenario. By also saying that the games are suspended, teams have the option to count their stats. So to this point, Moon, as far as the stats that we received, did not count anything from last week's game. I don't even know how much of that game they played, but if they wanted to, they could count it. For instance, I know the highly anticipated game last week with Belvern and Aliquippa. They did not complete a quarter, but they did play about 10 minutes worth of game action, and the Quips had a couple of touchdowns. So a guy like Tyke Hayes, who is trying to ascend up the all-time Pennsylvania ranks for rushing yards and touchdowns, he had, let's say 30 yards rushing and a score. That could make a difference if they opt to ultimately count those stats. So there's some interesting aspects to it. We hope that does not come into play tonight. Right now, it's A-OK in terms of the skies. And again, the fact that this is starting 30 minutes later, you hope that we make it through the entire night as the Warriors now make their way onto the field. We heard from John Ruane. What do you think will be some of the biggest keys tonight to determine the victor?
Well, I think you touched on it early, the fact that PT was able to throw the ball effectively last week. Obviously, Whipple is a weapon for Penn-Trafford, and he's going to receive the ball a lot. But if they can throw the ball like they did last week, Moon can't load the box with 8-9 people. They have to respect the passing game.
The Tigers are going to want to run it quite a bit, and they were able to do that relatively effectively in week 0. Their quarterback, Andrew Cross, completed just 3 of 8 passes for 82 yards, but 2 of those 3 completions went for touchdowns, so that's a pretty good ratio. He also had an interception. Nas Brookins had 6 carries for 44 yards. Paul Bronow had 6 carries for 49 yards. Those are 2 guys whose names we will say quite a bit. It was interesting seeing their starting lineup presented because they listed 4 different receivers, John, but really we likely will only see 1 true wide receiver at any given time with this offense.
Yeah, for sure, but they list in their starting lineup 6 different running backs. And I think 2 weeks ago against Trinity, who's a nice ball club, and they Moon beat them 21-0. I think 8 different guys carried the ball for Moon. So they spread it around, and with the wing T offense, there's 4 potential ball carriers on every snap.
Yeah, and again, it's about deception to a large degree with the defense not knowing who could be getting it. Well, that could be said about the defense that goes against Penn-Trafford. When I talked to head coach Ryan Lynn, he said, watching film for Penn-Trafford just this season, not even going back to prior seasons, he saw 85 different formations from the Warriors. That's incredible, but he also noted that out of those formations, the plays are fairly simplistic. There's nothing that exotic in terms of what they actually run. It's more so the window dressing, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. In Penn-Trafford, it's been like that since Coach Ruane has been here. They line up in trips. They line up in double tights. They line up in pistol. Backs 2, backs away, and a quarterback in gun. Sometimes they're under center, very seldom, but they're also under center. But it seems to me that 85 is a heck of a lot of formations for 2 games and a scrimmage. There's probably been, 120 snaps in those 3 things. And you mean to tell me they didn't line up in the same formation twice is a bit of a stretch for me. But still, they are very, very, very multiple.
Yeah, and usually when I talk to the coaches that go against Penn-Trafford, they often use the word outflanked. They say that Penn-Trafford tries to outflank them. We'll see which team is able to kind of dictate their style here tonight. Warriors and Tigers. Outside of that championship meeting in 2021, these teams have not met for a long, long time in the regular season, back to the 70s. So they really have not played all that much. The series is in favor of the Warriors. They have won 4 of the 7, including that 2021 championship in a thriller 24-21. So Penn-Trafford, that is 4-2-1. That kind of tells you going back a little ways because there was ties back in the day. That's no longer the case.
Yeah, before overtime rules came in the 90s.
Penn-Trafford with the green jerseys on the left side of the screen. And the Moon Tigers wearing the white jerseys here tonight. It will be the Warriors who receive this opening kick. Evan Sankovic will send it away. He's also a member of the basketball team at Moon, and they had a golden season, winning WPIAL championship in Class 5A over the winter. And that, by the way, came at the expense of another Westmoreland County team, that being the Franklin Regional Panthers.
Yeah, there's some athletes on the field here tonight. Both sides, both teams, Penn-Trafford and Moon.
Warriors had a kick return touchdown negated by penalty last week. Took away what would have been an outstanding return by Michael Cheplik. As we are set to get this one underway. Sankovic blasts this one, and it will go well into the end zone. Good leg there. And so the Warriors begin this game at the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the offense for Penn-Trafford under the guidance of head coach John Ruane in year number 15. Left to right along the line, 77, Kellen Taylor. Number 63, David Diedzik. Ethan Septek, 58, is the center. Stu Fowl, 54, is the right guard. And Brandon Long, 66, is the right tackle. Receivers are 26, Nick Ponko, and 12, Jack Weissar. 22, Jacob Briggs is the tight end. Dom Smith, 23, is the H-back. Number 34, Tasso Whipple, the running back behind number 15, Johnny Louver. And we already see multiple players shifting as Louver looks to pass. He's got Whipple, and that pass is complete. And that is a first down gainer mentioned, Whipple was a big asset in the passing game in week 0, and one play in, he looks like he will be once again here tonight.
Yeah, Penn-Trafford ended up putting bunch, 3 guys into the boundary. They all ran across the field, and Moon chased inside, and they brought Whipple out of the backfield. He was wide open.
17-yard pickup on first down. We'll look at the Tigers' defense momentarily. It's a 3-4 unit. Louver hands it to Whipple. This time on the ground, a more familiar area for him as he gains about 4, maybe 5 yards on first down. The 3-4 defense has defensive ends 55 Xavier Moyer and 40 Nick Clemens. Jake Dinello, outstanding player at defensive tackle, wears 58. The outside backers are 18 Jared Moyer and CJ Lindsey, number 5. The inside backers are 48 Chris Miller and Tavis Lindsey, number 39. Miles Turner, number 23, and Jaden Revis, number 2, are the corners, as this time it is Carr who gets the snap, and he's able to power his way forward. He was contacted right at the line of scrimmage, but was able to spin out of that, and he will have a first down to move the sticks. The safeties, the free safety is Nicky Prizzoli, number 1. Braden Stewart, the strong safety, wears number 11.
And when Carr's in the ball game, it's a lot of time it's a Carr run with him in the shotgun. He's a big, powerful kid, and he's still at quarterback here for this snap.
Warriors near midfield, 1st and 10 ball at the 48. By the way, I mentioned the name Revis. At cornerback, that is Jaden Revis, the son of the legendary NFL player and Aliquip Darrell Revis.
And we didn't say Revis Island yet.
No, but he's a good-looking player as Whipple gets the direct snap, and he gets on the plus side of midfield. Revis at the bottom of the screen was actually covering on that snap against Owen Giese, but the Warriors keep it on the ground, and they get about 3 yards to bring up a 2nd and 7.
And again, you were saying multiple formations. I think they've run 4 snaps, and they've been in 4 different formations Penn-Trafford has tonight.
A little more than 2 minutes elapsed. First drive of the game has been a good one so far for Penn-Trafford. At the 49 of the Tigers. Moon pitched a shutout in week 0. Carr still in a quarterback. Yurt moves in motion. Carr's going to keep it himself. Trying to take it up the middle, and he's showing some strength. Powers his way to the 40-yard line. A first down for Derek Carr, who missed almost all of last year with injury. He had a pass completion last week on a trick play that nearly yielded a touchdown. Weissar was down at the 1-yard line, but certainly his bread and butter is running the football.
Well, Carr and Whipple are 2 powerful inside runners for Penn-Trafford, and they do a lot of zone blocking and some gap scheme also.
1st and 10 at the 40. Louver back to pass. He's got all day. He's going to take a shot. Lisbon is wide open, and at a 40-yard touchdown as Lisbon somehow got wide open. A breakdown, and the Warriors waste little time. They get 6 on their first possession.
Yeah, Penn-Trafford ran a fake tunnel screen to the outside receiver. Ponko was in the slot, and he just ran a corner route. Both the safety and the corner reacted up to the tunnel, to the split end coming inside, wide open.
Good luck, Warriors, on a great season. From chiropractor Dr. Joseph Altier in Jeanette. Dr. Joseph Altier provides whole-body chiropractic care for all and specializes in headache relief. To make an appointment, call 724-52-SPINE. Serving the community for over 25 years, Dr. Joseph Altier Chiropractic, near Elliott Company in Jeanette.
After the 40-yard touchdown reception, the Warriors kick it away. And the Moon Tigers with a nice return. That's Bronell who gets it beyond the 30-yard line, and that's where the first drive for the visitors will begin. But, John, an impressive opening drive for Penn-Trafford as the Warriors go 80 yards in 6 plays.
Oh, every play was a positive play, both on the ground and the one big pass for the touchdown, 40 yards.
So the 34-yard line is where Moon begins its initial drive. Again, you're going to get a lot of deception and a lot of run-based attack, but they want to set up some play action as well. As this run comes to the near side with Brookins. He is a big body as the flag comes flying. Brookins, 6'1", 230, and if he was even bigger than 230, I wouldn't be shocked. We'll see what the penalty is.
Yeah, he's north of 230, but he got around the edge there pretty quickly. Moves big for a big man. Moved very well.
And it's a holding that backs up Moon.
And both of these teams are using shifts and trades to try to gain an advantage, as we said in the pregame, to gain the flank. That time Moon had the flank for about a 7-yard gain, but obviously coming back with the hold.
It's now a 1st and 14 from the 30. Brookins, and he runs into a wall that is Luca Butler, a name that we called quite a bit last week. He's starting to emerge as a key component on this defense. Let's look at the offense for Moon. Left to right along the line. They're going quickly. Jake Danello, number 58. 52 is Austin Knox. Dylan Mineski, 57, is the center. Xavier Moyer, 55, the right guard. And Nick Haig, 75, is the right tackle. We'll get to the skill positions after this 2nd and 12. They go direct snap this time, and that goes nowhere as Prizzoli is smacked. Is that a flag or is that a piece of equipment?
Piece of equipment. I thought at first it may have been a face mask.
No, I think it is a flag. Yes, it is.
It's on Moon.
And the Warriors decline it.
Yes.
So that will bring up 3rd down. The skill positions for the Tigers. The receiver, 18, Jared Moyer. Nick Clemens, number 40, is the tight end. The running backs are 6, Paul Brownell, 26, Nas Brookins, and 5, C.J. Lindsey, and Andrew Cross, number 9, is the starting quarterback. Well, they're not a team that usually operates well in 3rd and 15. Not many teams do, but especially a team that likes to run the football.
They're spread out here, though. Trips to the field and single receiver back here to the boundary.
Cross, a very short pass is complete, and now turning it upfield is Moyer, and a nice gain. But ultimately not enough. They're about 5 yards shy, so likely a punt forthcoming here.
I would think they're sending out the punt team now. They can't give PT a short field after the first drive, that's for sure.
Sankovic to punt it. And I believe that is Lisbon who has the touchdown reception back to return it. No, rather it's Derek Carr. It's a pretty solid punt. Carr's going to call for the fair catch, and he bobbles it, but does make it with Moyer bearing down on him. Sankovic, limited sample size, but 2 punts this season. Prior to that one, averaging 48 per. That's NFL numbers there.
Oh, for sure. And his kickoff was well into the end zone and very high also. And this punt had a tremendous hang time, and Carr had to fair catch it. Sankovic's name sounds familiar to me. People that are maybe my age or older will remember Tom Sankovic, who was a longtime baseball and football coach at Connersville High School. I don't know if this young man's any relation, but he was a heck of an athlete himself.
2nd drive for the Warriors begins at the 25. It's a pistol formation. Louver hands it to Whipple. And Whipple is stood up. Or excuse me. That is Prizzoli on the tackle. Was that Cheplik who got the carry?
It wasn't 34.
Yeah,
no.
It was Michael Cheplik.
Yeah. Here comes Tasso in now.
Yes. So Cheplik got that carry, and he actually, we figured would get more reps at running back with Joe Jackson out with injury. Ben Grabowski still out. He's been out all season. John Ruane told me Colton Tyberski is the guy to slide in there, so we might see more of the junior Tyberski, but on that snap it was Cheplik. 2nd and 10 as it's a no-gainer. Whipple goes in motion. Louver all day to pass. And he throws over the middle to Whipple, and it's tipped away into triple coverage. That was pretty good coverage, although that was a heck of a throw. Jared Moyer, the outside backer, ultimately broke it up, and now Whipple's slow to get up.
He took a shot from the backside corner there, not Revis, but the other corner came across because that ball was up in the air a little bit.
Miles Turner, perhaps.
Miles Turner, yes.
Good sign that Whipple is up quickly, and you hear the applause from the faithful here at Penn-Trafford. A 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Warriors, but that's got to be a great sign for John Ruane that his offensive line was able to give Louver all day in the pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Whipple came from the backfield all the way down the middle of the field, 25, 30 yards down the field, so it was a long time developing play.
3rd and 10, and now Whipple out of the equation here. 2 receivers to the near side of the field, and a 3rd one in the slot area. Louver again has more time. And that one nearly intercepted. I'm not sure he was on the same page with his intended target, Dom Smith-Moyer, who's been very active. That being Jared Moyer, got a hand on it. He was frustrated thinking he could have had a pick there.
And that could have gone maybe back to the house if he held on to that. But there were 4 Moon Tigers right in that area where the ball was thrown. That wasn't the plan for Penn-Trafford on that play.
Louver to punt. Sevi Vendetti, the 5'9" sophomore, back deep. He's going to get this one on a bounce, and instead it'll just bounce out. Not a great punt by Louver, who's averaging 29 per, and I believe they're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that could be a big factor in this ball game. Sankovic from Moon, 48-yard average. Louver from Penn-Trafford, 29-yard average on punts.
Now again, much like you would with the baseball stat line early in the season, small sample size.
Exactly, and Penn-Trafford didn't punt last week. I think that's all from the first ball game against Norwin.
So we'll see if the Tigers can have any more offensive success in their second drive. Right at the 50. Brookins, the deep man, and they give it to him. He's hard to miss out there, and the Warriors this time, they don't miss him on the tackle. Kellen Taylor amongst the group that stopped him after a modest gain on first down, maybe a couple of yards.
Yeah, and he's a big body in there. What his number? He sort of looks like 36.
The bus.
Yeah, I mean he's. They list him at 230, but he's north of 230.
A year ago, he went for over 800 yards on the ground. They graduated their top rusher, but they still have plenty of options as they go back to Brookins, and he gets to the 45, but no further than that.
Sorry, Sean. That was the exact same play again. Just belly into the boundary, pulling the front side guard. Some people call it belly. Some people call it G with the front side guard pulling.
I mentioned they graduated their top rusher, Josh Bladel. I believe, if I recall correctly, there was a Ben Bladel who was a big part of Moon when the Warriors and Tigers met in that WPAL championship game.
And he's a big part of Grove City's defense now. I think he was the PAC player of the year last year.
3rd and 6. Ball at the 46-yard line. They need to get to the PT 40, do the Tigers. And they give it back to Brookings, and he makes the first player miss and then bowls over the second. Good job of Carr to stay with it. Carr from the free safety position was the last man there, and he knew he was going to take a shot. It's kind of the opposite of usual. It's normally the defenders putting the shot on the offensive player, but in this scenario, I think it's Brookins who's lowering the boom on the defensive players.
I don't think Carr wants to do that all night tonight. I mean, Brookings coming at him. He's 230-some pounds.
Yeah, he'd rather have guys like Stu Fowle and Kellen Taylor slow him down because they're the defensive linemen who measure up a heck of a lot better. Now at the 36. Here's a play action. They take a deep shot down the far side, and that falls incomplete. Intended target, Jared Moyer. They don't pass a lot, but usually it will come off of play action that they'll take their shots.
You could see that. That was off of the G play or the belly play, whatever you want to call it, the last 3 times they've run it. Been successful running it, and then took a shot.
I think maybe that explains why Just 3 completions last week, but 2 of them were touchdowns for Cross.
Yes, and that's wing T philosophy. Make people commit to the run, then throw it over the top.
Cross also a baseball player at Moon. Simon is the wide receiver to the near side of the field. And they give it on an end around, and the Warriors have it sniffed out. Dom Smith lowering the lumber on C.J. Lindsey. A gain of maybe 1.5 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
And there were 9 green hats around that ball there. You talk about no misdirection there. That was a little bit of a misdirection, but Penn-Trafford was not fooled at all.
There's 2 Lindsays who will get snaps quite a bit in the backfield. C.J. Lindsey, spelled S-E-Y, and Tavis Lindsey, spelled S-A-Y. So I'll have to make sure that I specify Lindsay's. 3rd and 9. Cross fakes the handoff. He wanted to throw back against the grain. Now he's dancing a little bit with foul bearing down on him. And he takes a big hit from Whipple. Well, that's a great play by Cross to somehow hang on to the football, but man, it seemed like he thought he was going to be able to fool Whipple, and he did not.
Well, Whipple made a great play. He first of all defended the throwback screen back to the tailback, and then also, when that was covered, converged on the quarterback and made a big sack for a loss of about 12, 14 yards.
Yeah, if you wonder if that was just incomplete, maybe they keep the offense out there and try to go for it on 4th, but 4th and 23 obviously changes the math a little bit. Zankovic with a high punt and another difficult catch. That time it was Tyler Boss back there for the fair catch. So the Warriors defense does its job, and they will have their 3rd possession of the game.
Yeah, and again, Penn-Trafford started on the 20 the first drive, went 80 yards, I think it's 6 plays.
1:38 remaining in the opening quarter, 7-0 Penn-Trafford over Moon.
Unbalanced formation for Penn-Trafford. Their tackles are both over here.
Whipple, the deep man, now splits out. Carr passes it to him, and a nice one-handed catch by Whipple, though not a big gainer. He's able to get it beyond the 25. He is just uber talented. He's also a wrestler at Penn-Trafford, and he's getting some college interest at the D2 level. Slipper Rock has had its eye on him. Certainly you can see why.
Yeah, there's a few other D2 schools that have their eye on him. He's for sure talented.
He was tasked with trying to replace Cade Iacomelli. Now at the University of Wisconsin, Iacomelli was the driving force in that state championship win, which also included the WPAL championship win against Moon. Whipple gets the first down, stays in, and gets an extra handful of yards as he gets near and perhaps beyond the 40.
His versatility, usually he's just a tackle-to-tackle runner. That time, no hole there. He bounced it outside for big yardage and showed some speed.
He actually got beyond the 42, near the 43, as he was able to kind of tightrope that far side. Right in front of the Moon bench, occupied by Ryan Lynn. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the assistant coaches for Moon. It is more than a dozen assistant coaches that he has on staff. Here's a screen play. Lisbon, who has the touchdown, gets to about the 45 as he went lunging. They have, obviously, Ryan Lynn, the head coach. They have an OC in Scott Yoder, a DC and Tyler Kronkonko, who also coaches D-backs. They have 3 coaches who help with the offensive and defensive lines. They have 2 receivers coach, one of whom helps with the D-backs. They have 3 running backs coach, one of which helps with the D-backs, 2 help with linebackers. They have a tight end and linebackers coach, and they have a linebackers and tight ends coach, and a quarterback coach, and a kicker and punter coach.
They got it all covered.
They have all their bases covered. Warriors content to take this one in the second quarter. The Warriors have a lead, 7-0 over Moon. First quarter in the books, second upcoming as we continue our coverage of high school football right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Shula General Contractors specializes in transforming the most important space, your home. With our team, your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, deck, or addition will be constructed by licensed, insured professionals. We also have extensive background in new home construction with building lots available in Penn Township. As an approved VA builder, we make life at home easier for our most deserving heroes. Call 724-744-4290 or shulacontractors.com.
It is 7-0 in favor of Penn-Trafford as we head to the second quarter. Sean Myers and John Brisbane here. Something like that. John Bainbridge. I got you confused with Gene Brisbane, who is the wonderful voice of Seton Hill University football. We'll talk about that momentarily as the Warriors get it to Yurt, and he's got first down yardage.
Yeah, and again, another inside run by Penn-Trafford, giving Tasso a little bit of a blow. Yurt is a fine defensive linebacker.
I saw a number of people last night with our coverage of Seton Hill football. You, by the way, a assistant coach with the Griffins down on the sidelines. Unfortunately, Seton Hill lost last night against Ohio Dominican, but you can go back and watch that broadcast on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Yeah, we came back and we felt that if the game would have gone another 3 or 4 minutes, we could still be playing there. We could be in overtime.
Well, these teams nearly went to overtime when they played in the WPIAL Championship, but a missed field goal by the Tigers late stages proved the difference. Louver looking to pass. Oh, overshoots Boss. He had both he and Lisbon open, and a couple of times the Tigers have had defensive breakdowns in the secondary. That time it did not prove costly.
That was a nice play design by Penn-Trafford, a little play action boot coming back to the left, and both of the receivers did a double move, hitch, stop and go, hitch and go, whatever you want to call it, and both were wide open.
We are getting some intel that the weather might be getting worse in maybe about an hour's time. So that will be something to pay attention to. Remember, a 7:30 start here at Penn-Trafford, one of the few schools that still has a 7:30 starts. And that run goes nowhere. It's actually going to be a loss of a couple of yards. No room for Tasso Whipple, and it brings up a 3rd and long.
That doesn't happen very often. Whipple thrown for a loss. But that time he was coming to the outside. He never really had his shoulder square. There was too much penetration by the Moon defense, especially Knox. Is that Knox, the nose guard? Yes.
By the way, if it rains and storms quite a bit, obviously that's not great because we saw what happened last week. But if it's maybe a light, quick rain, that might be okay because it is steamy right now, especially where we're situated in this press box. 3rd and 12. Louver. And he completes that to Smith, and Smith gets the first down with the extra effort. Or at least he's right by the line. I think they'll give it to him.
I love how Smith plays the game. You know, we talk about him more on defense, but he's emerged as a pass catcher here the last 2 weeks for Penn-Trafford.
And John Ruane mentioned in the pregame that Smith, Briggs, Heath Dunlap, all of those guys who are kind of the, H-back tight end hybrid, oftentimes in past years and, in the career of John Ruane, that position has been like a blocking type of position, but he's got some guys now who seem like they're viable options as receivers. As a flag comes in, and that you have to wonder could be a face mask because that play was headed the wrong direction for Carr. Now we await the call.
Yeah, no speed option look, and I think Clemens, the defensive end, made a heck of a play there.
It is indeed a face mask, so what was going to be a big loss for the Warriors will actually turn into a net gain.
And I think that's the first penalty accepted tonight, right?
Might be.
A lot different than last week.
That's so deflating for a defense when you think you come up with a big play and it turns out to be wiped out completely. So it's a fresh set of downs, and the ball advanced to the 30 now for the Warriors.
That would have been maybe 2nd and 15, close to midfield.
This drive began at the 20 for the Warriors. Carr looking to pass, and now he steps up as a flag's behind the play, and the flag actually nearly hit the group of players who were still battling as Carr trying to make something out of nothing, gets a couple of yards, but this one likely to come back.
Yeah, usually that's a tendency breaker there by Coach Ruane. Usually when Carr's in the ball game at quarterback, and usually they empty out the formation, usually it's a run for Carr.
And we saw that same scenario last year quite a bit with Grabowski when he more or less took the role that Carr was expected to play. Carr suffered that season-ending injury in the first game in 2023. Under 9 minutes left in the first half. 7-0 Penn-Trafford. The Warriors scoring on an 80-yard drive on their first drive of the game. A 40-yard touchdown, Louver to Lisbon. Carr is going to run this time. No threat of a pass there, and he gets about 3 yards inside the 40 to about the 37.
Again, strong inside running by Penn-Trafford.
In your experience, does it make it difficult on, I guess what you would say would be the primary quarterback in Louver, that he has to come out quite a bit in these scenarios? Is it hard to get into a rhythm?
I don't think so. I think it's only for a play or two normally, and maybe he views it as a nice time to catch his breath too.
Well, it is something that they're used to doing. This has been a staple for John Ruane for quite a bit. 2nd and 16, screen pass to Smith, and again he shows that extra effort, slipping through the first tackle attempt of Tavis Lindsay, and so that makes it a 3rd and manageable, courtesy of Dom Smith, who's become quite an asset.
Yeah, that's a second different type of screen that Penn-Trafford has used. They've used an outside tunnel screen. Now they used a middle screen to the H-back, and the touchdown was a fake tunnel screen with Lisbon running the corner route behind it.
After he had 10 catches a week ago, Weissar's been relatively quiet tonight. We'll see if that changes here. He's the receiver at the very bottom of the screen. Whipple splits out. Louver throws down the field and incomplete. Giese got his hands on it. It was going to be a tough catch, but one that maybe he wishes certainly he had made. And so that incompletion brings up 4th down and decision time for John Ruane.
I think they're going to go for it here on the 26-yard line. What would that be? About a 42, 43-yard field goal.
And they're pretty unproven in the kicking game. They've liked what they've seen from Jack Miller, the freshman, on kickoffs, and Logan Hunter's done a fine job on the PATs, but making a PAT is a heck of a lot different than making a 40-plus yard field goal. So they will seemingly keep the offense out. 15 seconds on the play clock. 6:58 on a second quarter clock. Weissar, Boss at the bottom of the screen. Bodai is there as well. Now he shifts in line. It's complete, and it's Boss on the receiving end as he gets down to the 15 as Penn-Trafford has entered the State Farm Insurance Red Zone. Call State Farm agent Alex Hedrick in Delmont for your free quote, and he'll make a donation to your sports team.
Beautiful timing there on that route from Louver to Bodai. Beautiful. I mean, the ball was in the air, and he had just made his cut.
1st and 10, ball at the 14. Whipple behind Johnny Louver. Louver, a 3-sport athlete. And he tries to pitch it inside. That's a live football. Looks like the Warriors did get on it.
Did he hand that off or
did it? Was it a forward? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, based on the fact that they spotted it as a loss and that the Warriors dove on it,
it's a handoff. Yeah, it was a handoff. It wasn't a shovel. Oh no! Now they're going back to the line of scrimmage. So incomplete pass.
So they deemed that it did indeed travel forward. So 2nd and 10. Warriors have gotten a few little breaks on this drive.
Oh, the face mask was the big one.
See if they can take advantage and make it a 2-score game. 15th year for John Ruane, 120 wins entering this season. He got number 121 last week. Boss in motion. And they try a double reverse. The ball is loose, and it is recovered by the Tigers. They went to the bag of tricks 2 straight times. Neither worked out, and C.J. Lindsay comes up with the fumble recovery, and it seemed like that time a little bit too much of a handoff type scenario without enough time.
Yeah, and again, I think that was Clemens, the defensive end for Moon, who blew that play up. Really nice play by him. A lot of misdirection there.
It was a double reverse, right?
Yeah.
Or at least it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it never got to the double part.
To the Tigers stiffen defensively. And now they begin their third drive at the 30-yard line.
I think we're going to see a steady diet of the big man here.
Brookins not the deep man here as they hand it on an end around, and that goes nowhere. Likely going to be a loss as they gave the handoff to Vendetti. He's one of their top return men, but not able to do anything on the ground there. He loses 2 yards.
And again, that's the second time they've tried that play. Little inside handoff, scissors action, end around, the slot carrying it. Hasn't been very successful.
Not quite the same play, but a little similar to what doomed the Warriors when they fumbled the football.
Exactly.
Jamison Yurt, one of the players in there, the leading tackler through 2 weeks with 15 stops for the Warriors. Right behind him are the other 3 linebackers. Smith, Stickle each have a dozen, and Whipple has 11. 2nd and 12. C.J. Lindsay goes in motion. He gets it, and he is drilled again. And they're going to give him forward progress close to the original line of scrimmage, but he's paying a price right now.
For sure. And, we talked at the beginning of the game about eye discipline and gap discipline for Penn-Trafford against this misdirection. They've been, the linebackers, Smith, Yurt, they've all been there, Whipple, all night tonight for Penn-Trafford against this Moon misdirection.
Septek checks out for Penn-Trafford defensively. A 3rd and 11. Tigers need to get it to the 40-yard line. And talking to Ryan Lynn, one of the biggest keys was staying on schedule, and they've been behind the sticks more times than not. As they hand this off inside, a creative play, and it's going to work for a first down. Number 0, that's Kaiden Kolvarnish got it, and that was a really nice fake cross, looking like he was going to go back to throw, and then just coyly put it into the belly, and Cole Vanish does the rest.
That's an old play from Chuck Klausing and Rich Erdeley at Carnegie Mellon. We used to call that back alley draw. Fake the sprint out pass and wrap it around back to the fullback. They execute that beautifully.
A timeout taken by the visitors. We will take one as well, as 4:08 remains here in the opening quarter of play. And they say, actually, apparently it's not a timeout. Okay, a little fake out. So we'll keep it right here. And no one knows if that's actually a timeout or not. I don't believe it will be. Clock continues to run, so. And the Warriors again deny on the run. And that goes for what looks to be a short loss.
Yes. Anything that they've run at Penn-Trafford besides the back alley draw, Penn-Trafford has held up pretty stout at the line of scrimmage.
You have to wonder if Moon doesn't hit some shots down the field with that play action or maybe a little sneaky pass, are they going to be able to sustain enough offense here tonight?
Doesn't look like they're going to be able to go 15 plays.
Cross does take a shot and incomplete. Almost a spectacular catch by Moyer. Went up with one hand. We've seen so many unbelievable one-handed plays in recent memory, though, at high school, college, and pro ranks that you almost become, used to seeing highlight reel plays. You saw the one from Robert Morris, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I think that was the best one maybe, so far in the year, it could be the best come December also. I don't know how you can get a better catch than that.
Might be the best of the millennium. 3rd and 11. And we have seen Moon time and time again, a 3rd and long. Not ideal for a team that likes to pound it. Cross, screen pass is complete. Cole Varnish, and he's tripped up, but I think he's going to have the first down, and he will.
That's two big conversions for Moon on 3rd and 11. Both of them were 3rd and 11. They converted.
Kaiden Cole Varnish moves the sticks on that screen play.
The screen and the draw have been the two big plays on this drive.
Two and a half minutes remain in the opening half of play. Cross faking the handoff. Looks like he's going to want to run it here on the bootleg, and he gets a nice gainer and then lowers his shoulder at the end to finish the run strong against Carr.
This is 3 good plays here now for Moon. The screen, the draw, and now the boot by the quarterback there, and I think he ended up, about 7-8 yards.
Second and 2 at the 35. A little more than 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Ooh.
And Cole Varnish this time not nearly as much success as he did get the first down, but not much beyond that.
They went back. They ran that play early in the game a couple times. The G play, the guard pulling.
We haven't seen a carry for Brookins in a little while here.
Probably some of the Penn-Trafford defenders are happy about that.
Well, they have so many different options. C.J. Lindsey, Tavis Lindsey, Cole Varnish, Brookins. Bro now has been somewhat quiet. Stewart. They fake it to Cole Varnish. Cross wants to take a deep shot. One-on-one coverage and almost complete, but at the last second, knocked out of the hands of Braden Stewart. Nearly a 32-yard touchdown.
That was a great break on the ball by the free safety for Penn-Trafford, Carr.
On the receiving end was Braden Stewart. But so was Derek Carr for PT.
Second and 10.
Second down and 10 for the Tigers.
He doesn't throw a lot, but Cross has put a couple good balls up.
Sure has.
1 minute.
A minute and a half remaining in the opening half. Moon trying to pull even here. Cole Varnish gets the carry. He loses the football, and the Warriors look like they have it. And Penn-Trafford, I think, does have the recovery.
That was a beautiful hit. And again, is that Carr on the hit or on the recovery? But
the officials are conferring here, and it is indeed a fumble recovery.
Yeah, that was an old-school wing T play, just fullback trap with the left guard pulling. And there was probably about an 8-yard gain before the safety came up there and rocked it.
And a big play defensively. We have seen consecutive turnovers on the last 2 drives, and now the Warriors have a chance not only to take a lead into the locker room, but with 3 timeouts available, maybe add to this lead. Whipple trying to come to the near side, and it's not there. And he's pushed back. They'll probably give him back close to the original line. They'll set it a yard back.
Flag also.
And depending on if that is the case, we'll see. Maybe that changes the game plan of John Rowan.
Jared Moyer leads defensive charge for the Tigers.
We saw that last week, and we thought that PT was just going to run the ball. They were pinned down deep inside their 10-yard line, inside the 5-yard line, and they came out throwing.
Some scores, if these are accurate. Upper St. Clair 38-0 over Franklin Regional. We'll double check that one. Mount Pleasant 17, Burrell 13. Hempfield area up 28-10 on Kiski area. Deer Lake's a 21-6 lead over Dairy area.
That Upper St. Clair Franklin is surprising.
So it is a 1st and 20, and if you're John Ruane, do you now think about just trying to get this game to the locker room at 7-0?
That's what I would be thinking, yes. But sometimes John, he's a gambler.
Remember, the Tigers have their full complement of timeouts, so they could try to get the football back if they want. Whipple direct snap, and they're going the wrong way.
I tell you, the Moon defense has really stiffened the last couple drives here, and I think Moon is calling the timeout, yes.
Xavier Moyer, Jake Danello in there on the penetration.
The front three and the two you mentioned plus Clements, they're nice defenders for Moon.
Yeah, they think Clemens is a guy who's going to be playing collegiately. Danello was an all-conference performer last year. So pretty decorated players, and it is indeed a timeout for Moon. With this stoppage, I want to let you know that for the second consecutive week, a Jeanette Jayhawk won our Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. Congrats to our Week 1 winner, Kimani Brown of Jeanette. Brown racked up a combined 262 yards and 5 touchdowns in the Jayhawks win over Apollo Ridge. Congrats to our other nominees, Samir Crosby of Greensburg Central Catholic, Penn-Trafford's Jack Weissar, Elliot Primus of Southmoreland, and Kyle Dupill of Franklin Regional.
And Coach Tommy Pallone over there at Jeanette has the Jayhawks flying. They're scoring a lot of points the first couple weeks here.
And a Westmoreland County clash tonight against Ligonier Valley at Weller Field. 2nd and 22. Wouldn't call that great.
Doing something with the clock here.
Maybe adding some time to it.
I'm not sure.
1-1-2. Or am I misreading that? All right.
No.
Yep, no, I was correct. All right, there we go.
3 seconds they added. It was 1:09.
I think if you're the Warriors, you have to just be cautious here. Don't want to turn this football over. And so they will keep it on the ground. Louver hands it off. Nice gain there beyond the 20. I believe that was Whipple again, and indeed it was. But a timeout taken. We will take one as well. Tigers trying to get the football back. They trail 7-0 here on WSN.
The pulse of Western Pennsylvania is in very good hands. It's a system of healthcare whose hospitals have earned some of medicine's most prestigious honors, like the top 10% in the country for specialty cardiac care, a heart surgery program ranked in the top 2% nationwide, and cited as high performing for heart bypass, heart failure, and heart attack. The pulse of Western Pennsylvania is indeed in very good hands at Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The officials leaving no stone unturned here, making sure that they get the correct time on the clock. They want 1:07 after the second timeout for Moon, so the Tigers have 1 remaining.
Yeah, but at least that gain there by Penn-Trafford gave them room to punt the ball if they don't convert here on 3rd down. I'd be surprised if they put the ball in the air. I think they run it, let Moon force Moon to use their last timeout.
And then the Tigers are thinking, is there something we can do in the final minute here offensively? Again, they're really not an offense built for that type of scenario, but give it a crack. We've seen some deep balls.
Yeah, the quarterback has thrown some nice balls.
This is Carr, and no surprise, Carr's going to run it, and he's got something here. He's got the first down and more, and he's still on his feet. Carr in the open field, and how about that? The Warriors maybe just trying to run some time, and now they have a chance to get some points.
That was just quarterback ISO by Carr, and maybe the Moon Tigers are thinking, hey, maybe we should have just let this be in 7-0, go in at the half. Now Penn-Trafford thinking of trying to get a 2-score lead.
And remember, it was Moon taking the timeout, so the Warriors have all 3. So time will not be a major issue for PT. 47 yards.
Paul Bruno with the touchdown saving tackle for Moon area.
We'll see how aggressive the Warriors get. Whipple, the deep man, in the pistol. It's Louver in front of him. Louver wants to pass, and Lisbon had it slip through his hands. They were trying to set up the receiver screen.
And I think they had, if he holds on to that ball, they got something there.
Well, the good news for the Warriors is not much time came off. You'd rather have that than a completed pass for a very short gain, I would say.
Exactly.
Out goes Whipple. In comes Tyler Boss. Boss, also a basketball player at Penn-Trafford for Doug Kelly. Some big-time matchups tonight around the WPIAL. Greater Latrobe at Norwin, a game that we have coverage of. Hempfield area at Kiski area. Franklin Regional and Upper St. Clair. Bethel Park at Armstrong. Central Catholic at Woodland Hills. And Gateway at Plum. Those are all of the Big East Conference teams that I just ran down. Louver. Down the seam, tipped up into the air and incomplete. Almost ricocheted to Lisbon. Boss, the intended target. It now brings up third down.
And the quarterback Louver has really improved his passing the past 2 years here. That ball was very close to being a big reception.
Third and 10 from the 33. I would suspect this would be 4-down territory, although they'd probably like to at least get a little bit of it here.
Yes, for sure. They're on the 33, and they can't kick a field goal from here, that's for sure.
And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to punt. 3 receivers to the near side. Briggs shifts closer towards the line. Louver rolling that direction, throws across his body. Nice handsy catch by Weissar, and then he is drilled. That was a big-time hit delivered by Braden Stewart. And we have a timeout now by Penn-Trafford. We will take one as well. Warriors driving. They lead 7-0 here in the second quarter.
Having plumbing issues? Level Green Plumbing and Heating can help. Level Green Plumbing and Heating specializes in drain and sewer service, water heater installation and repair, excavating and trenching, and if you have frozen pipes this winter, they can get that water flowing again. Level Green Plumbing and Heating is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, with emergency service available anytime. Call 412-372-5544 or visit lgph.com.
I'm Dr. Michael Hansen. And I'm Dr. Jeff Donatelli, and we're the dentists here at Aesthetic Family Dental at Manor Harrison City Road.
Our belief in high-quality care can be seen through our modern technology and digital workflow. We use 3D x-rays for implant planning. We have an in-house lab where we custom design crowns utilizing high-strength porcelain.
At our office, we believe in preventative care. However, if we do have to do some type of intervention, I will perform the same type of dentistry that I do on my own family.
Warriors run it on 4th and short, and it's going to depend on the spot here. And Moon right now saying it's short. The Warriors offense staying on the field, and they might measure this. It was Carr with a short gain. I believe they are going to bring out the sticks.
The official on the far sideline looked like the initial spot he had about a half a yard further down the field than what they eventually spotted it.
Here we go, the most dramatic play in sports. And it's kind of blocked from us right now, but based on the celebration, I would say Moon has gotten a stop. And indeed, the Tigers did stand tall. That is a big play there for Moon, and kind of lets them off the hook after they gave up that massive run to Carr on 3rd down.
Yes, when Penn-Trafford pretty much was just trying to run out the clock there, but Carr had a 47-yard gain just on quarterback ISO.
And now with 28 seconds remaining and 1 timeout, I would suspect that Moon will just try to get this one into the locker room. They trail 7-0.
I would think this is probably going to be the last play of the half.
The Warriors could stop it twice, but I don't know. That doesn't really do them a whole lot of good.
Yeah,
because they couldn't force Moon to to punt the ball away necessarily. They had to be helped out by Moon.
Yes.
So the drive begins at the 24.
They're going to take a knee.
And indeed they will, and I think the Warriors will be okay with that as well. Penn-Trafford has the lead, and they will take a 7-0 advantage into the locker room. We will take a break, come back with the Independence Health System halftime show as we continue high school football. It's Warriors and Tigers, and a marquee matchup in Class 5A continues after this right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
This is how far we'll go to detect lung cancer. 5 millimeters, less than 1/4 of an inch, and a chest x-ray can't see it. Independence Health System uses the latest low-dose CT scanners and advanced visualization to detect and treat lung cancer at its earliest stage, leading to more treatment options and potentially better outcomes. Independence Health System combines the latest technology and techniques with superb physician expertise for the treatment of lung cancer. Like the use of robotic surgery. For patients, it means shorter procedures, less post-operative recovery time, and less risk for complications. Early, accurate, and advanced detection and advanced therapy, all key in the fight against lung cancer, and all available at Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Cheer on your favorite school in style this season with shirts, hoodies, caps, and a whole lot more from Logo It by L&J Spiritwear. Stop into Logo It's fully stocked store on Walnut Street in Harrison City, where you can browse the latest fits featuring Penn-Trafford, Franklin Regional, Norwin, Hempfield, and Jeanette High Schools. Logo It also designs custom uniforms and apparel. Open Tuesday through Saturday or online anytime at lnjspiritwear.com.
Give your taste buds a taste of Italy by biting into a slice of pizza at Dom's Pizzeria in Trafford. Voted by the readers of the Tribune Review as the best pizza in Trafford, Dom offers 17 unique toppings for you to choose from. Also try Dom's specialty pizzas, all made with 100% olive oil. Dom's Pizzeria also has wings, hoagies, calzones, wraps, and pasta, all at affordable prices. Eat in or take out, and we deliver. Call 412-372-DOMS, Cabot Avenue in Trafford, and a proud sponsor of tonight's Warrior Player of the Game.
Hey, Westmoreland Sports Network fans. This is local State Farm agent Alex Hetrick. As a former high school and college athlete, I know the importance of youth sports and the funding needed to make it all happen. Reach out to my office after the game to get your free quote started, and be sure to mention your favorite team so I can make a donation to their athletic department. All you need to do is head to insurewestmoreland.com or text 724-575-7392 requesting your free quote, and we'll reach out to you with your customized policies. Thanks, and enjoy the game.
The caring and experienced professionals at Dobrinick Funeral Home in Trafford are here to support you through this difficult time. Dobrinick Funeral Home offers a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on their thoughtful staff to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one while carefully guiding you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. Call us at 412-372-3111. The Dobrinick Funeral Home, a caring and experienced staff here to support you.
Good luck, Warriors, on a great season. From chiropractor Dr. Joseph Altier in Jeanette. Dr. Joseph Altier provides whole-body chiropractic care for all and specializes in headache relief. To make an appointment, call 724-52-SPINE. Serving the community for over 25 years, Dr. Joseph Altier Chiropractic, near Elliott Company in Jeanette.
A 7-0 Penn-Trafford lead at the half as we welcome you into the Independence Health System halftime show on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Expert care here. The Warriors 7, the Tigers nothing through the first 24 minutes of play, but You don't want to hear me, you want to hear the band, so we will turn it over for the halftime performance here at Warrior Stadium.
Our next selection this evening is from the hip-hop duo Outkast. Check out this 2003 hit, Hey Ya. Our last selection this evening was at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 charts in 2009 and an iconic song from the singer Miley Cyrus. This is Party in the USA. The band is under the direction of Nick Barthen, with assistant Abby Finkelstein and associate director Alan Keir. Auxiliary instructors are Sydney Deal and Jen Minemeyer. Thank you for your attention and support, and as always, go Tigers!
At Smale Kia, we know that winning takes hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. By sponsoring Shining Stars, we'll select 2 teams each season to help fund their booster programs. Rewarding their hard work, athletic progress, and community service is an investment we're proud to make. Congrats to our previous Shining Star winners, and good luck. And speaking of excellence, lease a 2024 Kia Forte LXS for only $99 a month from Smale Kia.
Shula General Contractors specializes in transforming the most important space, your home. With our team, your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, deck, or addition will be constructed by licensed, insured professionals. We also have extensive background in new home construction with building lots available in Penn Township. As an approved VA builder, we make life at home easier for our most deserving heroes. Call 724-744-4290 or shulacontractors.com.
Hi, this is Chuck Honkus, and it's been my honor to serve you for nearly a decade as Penn Township Commissioner. Friday night football in Penn-Trafford is not just a game, it's a tradition that spans many generations. I am blessed to be a part of this special community with my family and friends. Good luck to the Penn-Trafford players, coaches, band, and cheerleaders on another great season. Paid for by friends of Chuck Honkus.
Money is more than a number or your bank account balance. Money is one of the culminations of your life's work. We at Hoffman Wealth Management want to learn about who you are, hear your goals, your dreams, and what you want to do in your life. We're more than just financial advisors. We're your partners on life's path. Hoffman Wealth Management views ourselves as an extension of your team. Contact us today to embark on a partnership that puts your goals and aspirations at the forefront.
Majors Aiden Corner and Eliza Kleinschmidt and the 2024 Penn-Trafford High School Marching Band performing Time in a Bottle.
Cheer on your favorite school in style this season with shirts, hoodies, caps, and a whole lot more from Logo It by L&J Spiritwear. Stop into Logo It's fully stocked store on Walnut Street in Harrison City, where you can browse the latest fits featuring Penn-Trafford, Franklin Regional, Norwin, Hempfield, and Jeanette High Schools. Logo It also designs custom uniforms and apparel. Open Tuesday through Saturday or online anytime at lnjspiritwear.com.
This is Dr. Mark Graytalk with Graytalk Family Vision Care.
Hi, this is Dr. Brian Graytalk, and I'm happy to announce our newest location in the Penn-Trafford area on Route 130.
Over the years, we have cared for families in Greensburg and Ligonier. We're very excited about our new location.
We carry designer glasses, bifocal contacts, and dry eye therapies.
Graytalk Family Vision Care, where I care means I care.
We care, Dad. Call 724-744-8804.
Thank you for your kind attention. We hope you enjoy the first staff band performance of Time in a Bottle. The Penn-Trafford High School Band would like to wish the staff and students of Moon Area High School Marching Band and their director, Mr. Nick Barton, continued excellence and safe travels throughout their 2024 season. The Penn-Trafford High School Band and Band Parent Association are hosting the 13th annual Emory Todd Jr. Memorial Marching Band Classic at Williams Stadium tomorrow evening, starting at 6 p.m. 8 bands will be performing with our band taking the field at 8:10, followed by of the award ceremony around 8:30. We will see everyone next Friday as we welcome the Woodland Hills Wolverines to Warrior Stadium next week for Salute to Service and Middle School Band Night.
Folks, once again, a reminder, if the lighting detectors do go off, everyone will need to leave the stadium immediately. The football team, cheerleaders, and band will shelter in the warning stand. All guests are asked to shelter in your cars or if you get out of the car. You may proceed to the high school where you can shelter in the main gym. For everyone's safety, you cannot stay in the stadium. Once you receive your all clear, you can return to the stadium for the rest of the game.
All right, John, we have an interesting scenario. You might not be able to see that clearly on the screen. It is pouring, and it has come very quickly. Not that this is a surprise. The question is, if it is just this rain, I think that they're able to play through.
Yes.
If we have storms, which would entail lightning and thunder, I would certainly speculate that this game might not get concluded.
And Moon had this, well, they got suspended last week in the second quarter, so they've at least made it to halftime. But I would think one time before they start their conference play, they want to play 4 quarters.
It is a new system this year in which the committee chooses wild card teams. And so while this game with, the traditional conference standings won't be affected, it does. All right, apologize for that quick hiccup. So we were mentioning that this is not a conference game, but it has big-time potential ramifications with how a committee might go about choosing a wild card team. If, let's say, Penn-Trafford wins this game, if they're in the wild card discussion, would certainly have the advantage of saying we have a win over Moon and vice versa. So I do think there is motivation to play this game, but the way that we're seeing the forecast, if we, I think, have a lightning delay, I don't know that we're going to be able to move beyond that and find enough of a gap in the bad weather to complete play. So I think the hope both ways is it's just a steady, not overwhelming rain that they'd be okay playing through. But again, this is sort of now at the mercy of any potential lightning in the area.
Yes, and both of these teams are going to be in the playoff hunt, if not the top 2 in their conference, but definitely for the wild card. So this could be.
Yes, and by the way, I mean, these are teams that in recent years got into the playoffs with wins at the very end of the season. So it's a very competitive 5A where a game like this really, and even, if neither of these teams theoretically are affected by a wild card scenario, the outcome of this could dictate maybe what conference is viewed as a stronger conference.
Exactly.
Things of that nature that affects other teams.
Yeah, for sure. And, speaking of that, tonight I saw the one score at halftime in 5A was very surprising, was Upper St. Clair 38-0 over Franklin.
Blowing them out, yes. Which Franklin Regionals looked pretty darn solid so far this year. But certainly that did not indicate that they're having a solid night tonight, and Upper St. Clair is pretty clearly an upper echelon team. Well, I think we're going to get back to playing football here, it appears.
Well, it looks like the rain may be slowing down a little bit, because I saw some people taking their umbrellas down. The student section, though, is not moving at all for Penn-Trafford. They're enjoying this rain.
We have heard repeatedly, and I'm not sure if the crowd might picked it up, they have made numerous announcements about what the protocol is if there is a lightning delay here, John.
Yes, they said about going up to your car, and
they don't want anyone here on the field.
No.
In the bleachers anywhere near the action is Jack Miller's kick, fielded at about the 21-yard line. And the return goes beyond the 30, and that's where the Tigers, who got a big stop at the end of the first half, will begin this second half. It was Miles Turner on the return. Well, if you think that maybe the rain, which again right now doesn't seem too severe, but if maybe the rain nullifies some of the passing attack, that really I don't think would hinder either team all that much, but certainly not Moon. And with the Warriors, even though Louver has looked good recently, I think their bread and butter still remains on the ground.
Yeah, both of these teams are going to run the football.
Tigers begin quarter number 3 at the 33. And this comes to the near side and a little stutter step move. And the Warriors have Vendetti wrapped up, and they bring him down right at the 40-yard line. Nice gain on first down. He got maybe 7 yards. He's just another one of those names that we have called so far running the football.
Yeah, and that was the first time they've run that toss play tonight, and very effective on first down.
So he gets the carry and then checks out. And the big boys in the backfield, Brookins, saw him early, but didn't call his name much in that second quarter. They go on an end around this time, and Tavis Lindsay is drilled for a loss. And the Warriors and Jamison Yurt celebrate that big stop. It brings up a third down and now about 5 yards to go.
And you could hear the contact all the way up here in the press box. And Yurt was fired up there after that. After that hit, and he should be.
He's a heck of a player. 3rd and 4. They need to achieve the 43-yard line to the Tigers.
And like you were saying, Brookins hasn't carried the ball maybe since the first quarter.
Well, he's the type of guy that certainly on short yardage scenarios you go to, he's not in the backfield now. Cross wants to run and just never got the corner. Drilled out of bounds on a big hit by Lisbon, who has been one of the stars of the night, and it brings up 4th down. They spot it right at the 40, so there's still about 4 yards to go, and certainly you'd figure the Tigers now would have to punt it away.
That had to be a busted play by Moon, because all 10 players were over there on the left side, and the quarterback booted, unless it was a true naked play.
They have the offense on the field on 4th and 3. This would be a daring call, and I think now Cross might punt it away. And there's no one back for the Warriors. That's a good punt. And depending on the roll, this could go very deep and a little too deep. It goes into the end zone. Well, everything worked to perfection for the Tigers except the football kept rolling.
Too much bounce. It ended up being a 60-yard punt. In probably the last 20 on a roll, 20-25.
One of the few times where you don't want it to go as far as possible. So now the Warriors take over at the 20-yard line. They scored on their opening drive, and those are the only points so far tonight.
It looks like the rain has maybe stopped even.
Yep, we'll take it as long as we can get it. That's John Bainbridge. I'm Sean Myers. Matt Palumbo working the camera high above. Carr, QB keeper. We see a lot of that from him, and as he gets sideswiped and goes down, he picks up about 7 yards on first down.
Good positive play for PT on first down. 2nd and 3, you got anything you want here, run or pass.
I'm glad that we are shielded from the elements tonight, John, but I don't think I've ever been in a hotter press box than what we're in.
Oh,
the rest of the press box is not bad, but this
they have fans over there.
Yeah, this little room is steamy. It's like a sauna of sorts.
Oh, it is, definitely.
2nd and 3. Warriors have 2 wide to the far side. They give it to Whipple. He's got the first down. He's got a heck of a lot more. There goes Tasso, and he's trying to make a house call. 73 yards for Whipple.
Beautiful play there by Penn-Trafford. Okay, the right guard there pulled around the corner. That foul kicked out the defensive end. Whipple made a square cut, gone.
There was nothing foul about that block by Stu, and Whipple, you give him a sliver, he can do the rest. He showed some breakaway speed, and the Warriors have their 2nd score of the night.
There was a penalty or something because the referee was talking to Coach Rain over here. Maybe it'll be on the kickoff. I'm not sure.
Logan Hunter to attempt the PAT. And a little bit of a delay here. Now we're ready to go. And the kick is good. 14-0 Warriors. Whipple with the house call. And PT up over Moon in the 2021 Class 5A Championship rematch here on WSN.
Hey, Westmoreland Sports Network fans. This is local State Farm agent Alex Hetrick. As a former high school and college athlete, I know the importance of youth sports and the funding needed to make it all happen. Reach out to my office after the game to get your free quote started, and be sure to mention your favorite team so I can make a donation to their athletic department. All you need to do is head to insurewestmoreland.com or text 724-575-7392 requesting your free quote, and we'll reach out to you with your customized policies. Thanks, and enjoy the game.
A 73-yard touchdown run from Tasso Whipple on the second play of the drive for the Warriors has them up 14-0 over Moon. Thanks for tuning into our coverage tonight on WSN. Hopefully you're staying nice and dry. Rain appears to have quickly come and gone, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. Something that I heard on my way here tonight, John, is that the Pirates game was postponed before it even started, which was surprising.
And there's probably 8,000 people disappointed that had tickets. They kicked from the 45 there, so there was a penalty on the touchdown run.
And it's fielded at about the 2-yard line. And a decent return by Vendetti. The Pirates are actually going to play a doubleheader tomorrow now, so anyone who had tickets for tonight's game can use it, I believe, for the first game tomorrow. Although a lot of people have plans, I would assume, so it doesn't quite work the same.
Saturday afternoon in the fall, a lot of people in Western Pennsylvania have other plans. Are they playing a day-night doubleheader?
Yeah, I think it's like 1 and 6 perhaps. 23-yard line is where the Tigers begin this drive, and they need to get something going offensively.
Empty backfield.
Cross. Don't see a lot of this. He takes a shot down the middle of the field and incomplete. The Warriors had a couple of defenders in the vicinity. The intended target, Jared Moyer. They go to him quite a bit in the passing game, but that time just not a lot of room for Moyer as it falls incomplete.
And that ball was in the air for over 50 yards. I mean, he has a heck of an arm.
Sometimes you run an offense like a wing tee because you have a quarterback who really can't throw it that well. I don't think that's the case here with this Moon team.
Yeah, he's made a couple really nice throws tonight.
So I would ask you this. What would prompt a team to completely switch its offense to a wing tee type if they have a quarterback with a pretty strong arm?
Maybe backs. Maybe they have, and they do. They have a lot of backs that can carry it.
Well, it looks like a much different offense. They take another deep shot, and this one in and out of the hands of Stewart. That would have been, much like Whipple, a 70-plus yard touchdown, but Stewart could not close the pause on it. A perfect ball by Cross falls incomplete.
That was a beautiful, beautiful pass. What a strong arm.
It looks like we're seeing a completely different team. I mean,
they've been an empty the second half. The first half, most plays they had 3 backs along with the quarterback.
They're looking like a vintage Big 12 offense right now, I guess.
Yeah. 5 wide again.
This is, to say the least, a complete contrast from the first half approach. Why not take another shot if you just saw that last one by Cross? Showing a heck of an arm, and that should be first down yardage against the grain as he finds Nicky Prizzoli, the senior receiver. That was an advanced throw right there from the quarterback.
Yeah, on the move out to his right, and you a lot of times say don't throw it across your body, but that was a heck of a throw.
Yeah, I have to wonder if this maybe is going to be bigger than just one drive. Do they see this and say maybe we need to rethink the type of offense we are this season? Now, they won their first game 21-0. Last week, they didn't get to really decide anything against a good Montour team. There's a short pass, and now some open field running. On the receiving end, that time is Vendetti. We're seeing him quite a bit here.
Now they're going hurry up also, and
that is a first down pickup.
Penn-Trafford's dropping 8 against this 5 wide. So I think he's going to have some time to throw. You got 5 guys to protect against 3 rushers.
Yeah, a lot of these running backs, they're called running backs, but they play receivers as well, and we're seeing that on this drive as that's behind the intended target, Bronow, who's been pretty quiet. He led them in rushing last year, and he was their last time they played a full game, which was week 0, and he was their leading receiver last season, but he has not been heavily utilized tonight so far.
No, like you said, this is like 5 wide shotgun. I don't know how much, we haven't seen their first 2 games, how much they were in this, but it's almost like they went in at halftime and changed what they're going to do.
And even if they don't win this game, maybe they say, you know what, going forward, this is a better chance for us if we trail in a game. Now, if they have the lead, you'd love to be able to run the ball regularly. There's another deep shot and another open receiver and just out of the reach of the diving Bronow. I mentioned he had been quiet. That time, I don't think you can blame the receiver much. He gave a full extension effort, and Cross was just a hair off on that throw.
He's overthrown by a yard. Two big plays, maybe touchdowns.
Warriors have to be wondering, where the heck did this come from? And they truly look a little unprepared for some of these deep passes.
Well, it's an entirely different Moon offense. Quarterback draw.
And that's a nice run by Cross. He's got the first down, and he's inside the 40, inside the 35.
I mean, this is hard to prepare for if you're a defense, and I don't think Penn-Trafford saw this from Moon the first 2 weeks.
I don't know that anyone had seen this.
No.
Maybe since 2022.
What, he had 8 passes in the first game, correct?
Yeah.
Cross. He's had second half here at least 5 or 6 already.
And within inches of hitting 2 absolute bombs. That's a short pass and a nice move in the open field. And a secondary stutter step by Jared Moyer. Get the ball in his hands any way possible as he gets inside the 30.
And Moon has some skill on the outside. These guys can all run, and that was a great move by Moyer after the catch.
I would have to think after this drive concludes, Penn-Trafford and their DC, Bob Westerland and crew, they're just going to completely go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, well, right now they're just rushing 3 and dropping 8. I don't know if they're going to plan maybe to heat them up, but doesn't look like it. Just rushing 3.
Cross lofts another one. This time it is a wide open pitch and catch, and that is a 27-yard touchdown. And on the receiving end, it is Bronow.
The only run play was the quarterback draw.
Yeah.
That was all Cross.
And I would say at least 3, if not 4 times, he had a man open deep. That time, a sure-handed grab by Bronow.
Yeah, he hit it, there. We'll see the extra point here.
It almost seemed like Cross intentionally took a little off so that he didn't overthrow his receiver.
Oh, for sure. That's the one thing we'd always tell a guy, don't overthrow it. Everybody in the stands goes, I'd rather him underthrow it and catch it and gain 30 yards.
Well, Moon right back in this game. We'll step aside. It is 14-7, 5:40 left in the third on WSN.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Hansen. And I'm Dr. Jeff Donatelli. And we're the dentists here at Aesthetic Family Dental at Manor Harrison City Road. Our belief in high-quality care can be seen through our modern technology and digital workflow. We use 3D x-rays for implant planning. We have an in-house lab where we custom design crowns utilizing high-strength porcelain.
At our office, we believe in preventative care. However, if we do have to do some type of intervention, I will perform the same type of dentistry that I do on my own family.
.540 remaining in the third quarter. Sean Myers, John Bainbridge. How long have you been either a fan of football or coaching football or in some way associated with this sport?
A long time. I've been coaching 48 years.
Is it fair to say 50 years plus?
Yes, for sure.
Do you remember many instances of a complete 180-degree change of approach offensively like we just saw?
Not at all, especially from wing T to 5-wide spread.
And now maybe some momentum carrying over to the special teams aspect of things, as the Tigers stop the Warriors shy of the 15-yard line. Andrew Cross was outstanding on that drive, but not just him. His receivers were consistently getting open, and many times wide open down the field.
I know I talked to the head coach at Trinity who played Moon in the first ball game, and he told me they had trouble with the outside, the speed and the skill of Moon.
And Trinity has a heck of a quarterback in Jonah Williamson, and the Tigers shut he and that Hiller's offense down.
Yes. But I can see what Coach Canales is talking about here. They have some speed and skill.
Whipple. Oh, is he going to be able to do it again? There goes Tasso. Can they catch him? And he bounces off of a second tackle, and finally the third man brings him down, but not before he reaches the 35. It was Tavis Lindsay from behind who ultimately made the touchdown-saving stop.
It's 2 big runs the last 2 times.
I believe 51 yards.
And 73 the last time, so that's a night for backs, 120-some yards and 2 carries. And again, that's just zone blocking to the left that time, straight zone.
Well, remember, he has a 300-yard game under his belt at Penn-Trafford. Set the single-game record last year. I think they called it officially 53. I still like my math better, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Now an empty set here for Carr. Cheplik cuts in front of him. They fake it, and Carr's going to run it himself. And he breaks a few tackles. Everyone's running possessed right now as he gets inside the 25.
I mean, first contact was at the line of scrimmage or a yard past it, and that was the nose tackle, Knox, who's a big, stout kid, and Carr ran right through that and then ran through a couple more tackles.
You could say Knox got knocked on that one.
Well, he's shaken up. He's coming out of the ball game.
24-yard line for the Warriors. Well, if they get points in a particular touchdown on this drive, that would have to be deflating for Moon. Put together a heck of a drive. Carr at quarterback, 3 wide to his right. He's going to run it. And this time he's not able to shake free as Xavier Moyer did not let him out of the grasp.
Yeah, that was a good play by Moyer there. Looks like he had a crease. Moyer closed it real quickly. Somebody had the helmet come off for PT. Second and 10. Carr's been in a lot this ball game.
They're still without Ben Grabowski. They lost Joe Jackson injury as well, but they have a real weapon in Derek Carr. Now Louver back at quarterback. And he'll move Whipple to the left, and I don't think that was a legal shift there. False start against Penn-Trafford.
Back to second and 15. They haven't been in long yardage very often tonight, Penn-Trafford. They've been ahead of the sticks.
Ticking down to 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and the weather so far has cooperated. Whipple goes to wide receiver. They throw the screen right over the middle of the field behind the line of scrimmage, and that goes almost nowhere for Dom Smith. Good tackle, that time executed by Bailey Simon.
That play in the first half gained probably 10, 12 yards for Penn-Trafford. That time Moon sniffed it out and short gain.
Well, it's only a 7-point deficit, but it feels like right now the Tigers have to make a stand.
Yeah, because, Penn-Trafford, they can pound some clock, too, if they get ahead by 2 scores.
Louver with an empty set. On a 3rd and 14. Pass is complete over the middle, but not a lot of yardage there, and it's going to be about 6 yards shy of the yard to gain, but because of that gain to Weissart, maybe gives him the option to really think about keeping the offense out here.
And, well, it'd be a 37-yard field goal, but I think PT's going to go for it here.
Now, there's a handful of kickers in recent memory where they would feel very confident. Nathan Schlesinger in particular, that championship year. And remember, the championship against Moon ultimately was decided on a missed field goal. And I asked Ryan Lynn, I said, other than that and the ending, do you have any good memories? And he said it was an awesome atmosphere. It was a great game. It was one of the best high school games he's been a part of. As we get a timeout, we will take one as well. Just over a minute left in the third. Warriors up 14-7 over Moon.
The caring and experienced professionals at Dobrinick Funeral Home in Trafford are here to support you through this difficult time. Dobrinick Funeral Home offers a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on their thoughtful staff to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one while carefully guiding you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. Call us at 412-372-3111. The Dobrinick Funeral Home, a caring and experienced staff here to support you.
Timeout with a 4th and 6 upcoming. What do you call for John Rowan here?
Well, their screen game has been very successful tonight. The tunnel screen to the outside. But as long as number 34 is in the game, I would think he's a big part of your plan right now.
4th and 6. They need to get it beyond the 15. Boss in motion. Louver looking towards Boss. He falls down, and now Louver's taken down. Simon gets home, and I think the plan to get it to Boss, and then he lost his footing, and everything went awry for PT. A big stand for Moon.
Big. Now let's see what they come out in here. The second drive here, the second half.
Well, I know what I would do.
I would think it'd be what they did the last drive for a touchdown, 5 wide, and throw it all over the park here.
I think one thing is you were able to get some receivers open deep. That probably won't happen as frequently, but maybe it opens up a little bit more of the short passing with the Warriors maybe paying more attention to the back end.
I think what you got to look at here is what Penn-Trafford's going to do on defense. Just rush 3, which they did the whole last drive.
Cross, well, so much for the short passes. He goes deep, and it is caught. It is unbelievable that a wing T offense has completely metamorphosized in front of us, and Jared Moyer on the receiving end of that.
And that was good coverage by Weishar, too. That ball was laid right in there. And a great catch, like you said, by Moyer.
How about another deep pass? This time it could be intercepted, and I think the Warriors have the interception, and Weissar comes down with it, and then maybe one risk too many that time by Cross.
Yes, for sure. That's great play by Weishar. Good catch.
Second turnover for the Tigers.
He wasn't going to get beat again. Big play for Penn-Trafford.
And I believe they're going to say that it's a touchback. And indeed, they will spot it at the 20. Weissar, I think, caught it right on the edge of the field of play, but momentum took him into the end zone.
That's big. That's big for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, you don't want to be starting to drive at the 1 yard line. Instead, they've got some breathing room. Now from the 20, they hold the lead. Final minute of the third quarter. Whipple running through arm tackles and gets about 6 yards before he's brought down. Once again, it's Simon, a guy that we didn't even have listed on the defensive starters, and now did they throw a flag late?
The kid from Moon did a flop.
And he's holding his hip right now. That is Xavier Moyer.
Yeah. I don't know if there was that much contact to cause him to go back 7 yards.
Oh, looks like it was effective, though, because I believe this is going to be a penalty. And indeed, it will back up the Warriors 15 yards. And so they're going to have a second and long all of a sudden. It looks like it's going to be second and about
15.
Yeah.
That was a dead ball, too, right? Second down.
Yeah, that spot doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Uh-uh.
What are they doing here? How can it, right now it's second and 14. How does that make sense?
7-yard gain, right? It's close. It's a yard off, right? Or no, it's from the line of scrimmage on that, I would think.
Right.
So it should be second and 25.
Well, either way, it's the end of the quarter. They got some time to sort it out. We will take a break as well. We'll get that situated. But one thing we can tell you for sure, the Warriors have a lead. It is 14-7. We head to the fourth next on WSN.
The John V. Graziano Funeral Home on North 2nd Street in Jeanette proudly serves families in the Jeanette community. The Graziano Funeral Home focuses on traditional and non-traditional services, including funerals, cremation, memorial services, military services, grief support, and pre-planning. Please call us at 724-523-5433. The John V. Graziano Funeral Home in Jeanette, creating a meaningful service to honor the life and memory of your loved one.
Shula General Contractors specializes in transforming the most important space, your home. With our team, your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, deck, or addition will be constructed by licensed, insured professionals. We also have extensive background in new home construction with building lots available in Penn Township. As an approved VA builder, we make life at home easier for our most deserving heroes. Call 724-744-4290 or shulacontractors.com.
We head to the fourth quarter, and they're still trying to legislate this penalty. So we believe it was about a 7-yard gain on the run, making it a 2nd and 3. And then the dead ball foul would be 15 yards to that, which should make it a 2nd and approximately 18. But they're not spotting it like that. I don't know.
2nd and 14 it has.
Yeah, that's confusing. And not a lot there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Well, for Moon, and that was Carr on the run, it's going to be fascinating to see what they do offensively because, again, what we saw in that third quarter is completely against what their DNA has been for over a year now.
And they've just taken deep shots every play.
Yeah, it's not just they've gone to a passing attack. They've gone to airing it out with Cross basically throwing it as far as he can on several passes. And most of them have been outstanding, but that last one was not a good pass. So maybe you have to rein them in a little bit. Right now, they're not worried about that. They just need to get a stop. 3rd and 12. Louver rolling. Wobbly pass and incomplete. Intended for Boston. Now a flag comes in. I don't think there was going to be much of a chance that was caught. But Bronow looks like he might be guilty of pass interference.
That ball was definitely not going to be caught.
And even if it was, I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to first down yardage. I mean, you'd have to break probably 2 tackles. So that is a massive penalty. And the Moon fans aren't happy with it.
Yeah, they would have been 5 yards short even if he caught it right there. It's a big conversion for Penn-Trafford.
So it advances it to 34. The penalty's looming large here at the end of the third and the start of the fourth. Whipple. He's been looming large tonight as he runs into a wall after a gain of about 2 yards. Tasso Whipple's a guy that I think John Ruane feels completely comfortable if he has to give him 30 carries in a game.
Well, that's what we used to say when we had good fullbacks. I told a kid the one time, it's not that heavy. You can carry it a lot. And he's a physical runner. And I think he wears on the defense more than the defense wears him out.
Lisbon, who had the first touchdown of the game, moves in motion. Carr with a keeper. Nice cutback move as a flag comes in right around the line of scrimmage. He gets to about the 41, but this one potentially will be coming back. I believe when I was talking to John Wayne earlier this season, he made a point about Whipple. I believe he wrestled in a higher weight class this past year, which allowed him to kind of maintain some of that weight, not have to trim down, and then subsequently have to get back up to a higher weight for football. So he thought that was a big benefit for his conditioning, not having to fluctuate so drastically to a lower weight for wrestling. He was able to kind of hold steady all throughout the school year.
He does look thicker this year.
So the penalty against the Warriors, they're facing another scenario where they are well behind the sticks.
They got bailed out the last time by a pass interference call.
It hasn't necessarily been a great offensive performance tonight. We've seen the Warriors hit a couple of big plays. And zeros on the game clock, a delay of game. And that will not make John Ruane happy. That won't make any head coach happy. Mentioned John Ruane with the success he's had. Ryan Lynn, 8th year at this program. He was at West Allegheny as an assistant for 3 years, Freedom area for 3 years. Played at a couple of colleges, Penn State Beaver and then Slippery Rock, but he didn't play football. He was a baseball player. Graduate of Southside Beaver, class of 99. 2nd and 22 from the 22. Carr up the middle. And he does not go down easily.
Ooh.
Just barely brought down from behind by Bronow. Carr had maybe designs on a massive gainer there.
That was a big play by Bronow there. It would at least been a first down, if not more.
3rd down and 7 for the Warriors.
It feels right now like for the Warriors, this is a weight room type of game. We have seen them just break multiple tackles.
Yeah, Carr and Whipple.
We've seen some speed, but it's more about the fact that they're not going down on first contact hardly at all.
No, not at all. And who's in there now? Okay, now PT's in there 5 wide. No back.
Louver, the quarterback. Rolling, wobbly pass, and this time there will be no call on Bronow. It looked almost identical. I don't know how much of a difference there was that time as opposed to the first time. It was the same matchup, Boss, against Bronow. This time, no flag.
Well, if I was picking the two plays watching, I would say that one was more interference than the first one.
I would sort of agree. And, well, the other thing is I know the officials don't necessarily have the ability to adjudicate it like this, but that one probably was going to be a bigger play and a first down on the gain, whereas the first one almost had no chance of netting a first down. An ugly-looking snap, but Louver gets it out and delivers a pretty good punt. Man, that could have been a major issue for PT.
That would have been disaster. He got it down inside the 30, I think. Yes.
Well, Louver's an athlete, and so you don't always have a great athlete back at punter, but I think both of these teams certainly do.
Yes. He filled it that like a shortstop. And let's see if they go back to the aerial game here.
This drive starts at the 28. It feels like there should be a happy medium, right? And it looks like they are going to throw it, where you allow your quarterback to do what he can do with his arm, but maybe not just take those massive risky passes. And he's going to run here going east-west, and he's able to get about 9 yards on first down.
And, Cross has taken over this game for Moon's offense in the second half, throwing it, and that's 2 quarterback draws that he's run.
He was not an accurate passer last year, 28 of 73. and he had 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, but he has really shown his arm, and on that occasion showed his leg. That's a nice, simple first down play right there. And then you give the receiver a chance to dance a little bit, and that is Vendetti, who has really emerged as a big-time threat.
And I think Moon's going to have hitches and stuff in front of the Penn-Trafford defense, who obviously got to respect the long ball.
Kind of what we saw Weissar do last week against the Blue Devils defensively.
Yes, all the hitches and outs, simple throws.
7.5 left in the fourth. That is a forward pass, as on the receiving end of it is Warner Garris. First time that he's caught a pass, I believe, tonight, and he gets what looks to be about 4 yards.
That's a good play on first down. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, whether you're getting it with a run or a pass, 4 yards on first down kind of keeps you on schedule. Cross.
Airing it out again.
That's a big drop back, and now a flag comes on what likely will be a holding. And I believe that was a completed pass, but it's probably not going to matter. If the play stands, that is an outstanding connection to Vendetti. I would think that this will be a holding, however.
Yes, from where the official threw it. And that time, Moon, all 5 guys, all 5 receivers just took off.
Greensburg-Salem improves to 3-0. It's not officially over, but they're up 50-14 on Valley. Greater Latrobe with a big win in a battle of unbeatens in Westmoreland County, 42-28 over Norwin. GCC and Apollo Ridge was suspended and will not be resumed, we were told. I don't know how they know that necessarily, but I guess they don't plan on making it up. GCC actually had the lead at the half, but that one appears to be in the books. So it moves back the Tigers quite a bit here to the 33-yard line. They have about 17 yards they need to gain now. 5 wide again, 3 to the near side. Cross. He's got some time. Now he steps up and he steps into a defender. Taylor, File combine on the quarterback sack.
And that's the first time that the 3-man rush for Penn-Trafford has gotten the cross and took him down. The last time, though, they had to hold, I think it was Taylor on the outside the last time.
Well, Cheplik, coming off the right side defensively, did just enough to force Cross to move in the pocket, and then once he started doing that, he ran into the other 2.
Taylor's playing at the nose now.
And that's typically where we see Foul situated.
Is Foul at the other boundary end now?
Yeah, he's the far end.
Yeah, so they've changed.
Halfway through the fourth. Touchdown lead for PT at home. Cross just lofts it up. That's a dangerous pass, and it is caught unbelievably by Vendetti.
So much for not throwing late back across your body over the middle. That's twice that's happened tonight. Once for PT, now for Cross and Moon.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be sustainable, but all that matters is it got him a big gainer and a first down.
And Vendetti went to get the ball. He attacked the ball in the air.
He's going to take another deep shot, and this time it will be a pass interference. Lisbon seemed like maybe he got tangled up with the intended target. That pass was lofted towards Warner Garris, and so that will be a pass interference. I cannot imagine that the Tigers practice this very much coming into this game.
I don't know how you have enough practice time to do the wing T with all the intricacies of that offense, and now 5 wide.
Yeah, they have completely scrapped and abandoned the wing T approach. And that pass is tipped. Cross, I think, made the right read there and had a wide open receiver at about the 20-yard line, but the Warriors got their hands up defensively to prevent that one from getting through.
Now, PT, the front 3 have to be getting a little bit winded here, chasing Cross around.
Prizzoli was the intended target, and he almost certainly would have had a big gainer there. if they were able to sneak that one through.
The batted ball for PT.
Short pass complete. And then a little hurdle effort by Moyer. And Moyer, I think they're going to spot him a yard shy of the first down.
Now, let's see on 3rd and 1 if there's still a 5-wide shotgun or
I wouldn't be opposed if I'm a Moon fan seeing Brookins go into the backfield.
Nope, staying with it.
Well, keep in mind, Cross can run it. And so defensively, I would imagine Warriors are going to be so spread out that, this one's fumbled a couple of times, and then Cross gets back on it. Was that a scenario where they were trying to sneak one past the defense?
Yes, and that's the first time in the second half he's been under center. And a bad snap, whoever, the center or the quarterback, I couldn't tell.
Well, this could be the game here. 4th and now 5 yards after that fumbled snap. Cross needs to understand he doesn't need to air this one out. He just has to get first down yardage.
PT's coverage, though, is up tighter. They know it's 4th and 5.
They need to get to the 24. Cross has all day. And the pass is intercepted by the Warriors. And Dom Smith with a terrific read as he comes up with a massive takeaway.
And PT made a subtle change in their defensive alignment that time. They brought all the corners and outside backers up into press coverage against the Moon Tiger receivers.
Smith's first career interception, and it could not have come at a better time.
And we saw him last week with his first career reception touchdown too, right?
Yes, he has certainly emerged in a big, big way. And now the Warriors, with 4:01 remaining, they would love to chew up a lot of clock. Give it to Tasso Whipple. That's usually a good strategy. And he does a nice job just to get positive yards, maybe a 2-yard gain at most there, but they'll take that.
And plus he stayed in bounds, which is big right now in PT's 4-minute offense. They want to run the ball and keep it in bounds.
And it's a official timeout due to a Moon injury. And so we'll take one as well. Warriors in possession and having the lead. Fourth quarter continues on WSN.
Shula General Contractors specializes in transforming the most important space, your home. With our team, your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, deck, or addition will be constructed by licensed insured professionals. We also have extensive background in new home construction with building lots available in Penn Township. As an approved VA builder, we make life at home easier for our most deserving heroes. Call 724-744-4290 or shulacontractors.com.
.344 remaining in the fourth quarter. Sean Myers, John Bainbridge here at Warriors Stadium, Penn-Trafford High School. First meeting since these teams battled down at Heinz Field in 2021 with the WPIAL 5A title on the line. That one came down to the wire. This one certainly might as well. This is a game that I think both of these teams are going to remember all season long.
It's a very physical ball game. Both sides.
It's truly one of the more incredible changes that I have seen from a team on either side of the football.
I've never seen it. I mean, you see it sometimes defensively. Teams go from blitzing like crazy to rushing 3 and dropping 8, but not on the offensive side of the ball where it's two completely different teams for Moon, first half and second half.
And the main reason why you never see it is because if you have a wing T, it's probably because your personnel favors running the football. And so almost no teams that run a certain style are capable of running the complete opposite style. They just don't have that versatility. Very few teams do have that luxury.
And, just practice time also. How do you practice it all?
2nd and 8 for the Warriors. The clock is their ally here. They have a sidecar, and here's a flag. And that's going to go against Penn-Trafford. That's not what they want.
No, and there were still 22 seconds left on the play clock.
And Carr is now going to come out of the game.
See, now that works out in PT's favor because the
clock continues to run,
Yes.
and now they have a new 25 seconds.
Yes.
Although it really would have worked in their favor if it was down to a few seconds when they committed that false start. Which, honestly, I mean, that would be a strategic advantage if you really wanted to shorten a game, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I believe that's Carr, and he meets significant resistance. And the Warriors are now going to face a 3rd and long. It looks to be about a dozen yards to go. So if you're John Ruane, do you think about putting the ball in the air here?
3rd and 12. I don't know. I like giving it to Whipple.
Well, we've seen he and I believe maybe Carr as well both convert 3rd and long scenarios on the ground.
Yes.
Certainly we remember Whipple did.
Yeah, and then the other 3rd and long was the questionable pass interference by Moon.
Yeah, I would think it's an interesting decision because if you run it, even if you don't get it, and I think PT's just going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, let it go down.
All right, so we will take one as well. Warriors in possession, 2:08 left in this one on WSN.
The caring and experienced professionals at Dobrinick Funeral Home in Trafford are here to support you through this difficult time. Dobrinick Funeral Home offers a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on their thoughtful staff to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one while carefully guiding you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. Call us at 412-372-3111. The Dobrinick Funeral Home, a caring and experienced staff here to support you.
This play could decide the game here. If the Warriors get a first down, you figure they're going to all but have it won. If Moon gets a stop, then the Tigers should have a real opportunity to try to make this a tie game. Or if they want to go Baltimore Ravens approach, maybe try to win the game if they get a touchdown.
Yeah.
We'll never know how that would have turned out last night.
Well, I think Harbaugh, I caught the end of it. He was put 2 fingers up, and he's been known to do that.
3rd and 12. Clock stopped at 2:08. Decision time for John Ruane. Will he throw it? It looks like maybe they'll just go to Whipple here. And then Whipple hands it off to Louver, who wants to pass it, and it wasn't there. And probably a wise decision for Louver not to try to force it because it does allow the clock to run, although I believe we're going to have a timeout instead from Moon.
The 2 times that Penn-Trafford has gone into the bag of tricks, the one double reverse was a fumble in the first half, and this one was a reverse pass, I guess, coming back.
It wasn't worst case scenario, but it didn't turn out great. Now, again, the benefit is because Louver was brought down, the clock continues to run. So they forced Moon to use their first timeout. The Tigers have 2 remaining and 2:01 left in this game. They're going to get the football back, it appears. And keep in mind, we said normally they're a team that can't play from behind very well. But that's all out the window now.
Yes, for sure.
They've become a big strike passing team in the midst of this game.
Last snap for PT rolled it back there on the punt.
Vendetti back to return it. This is a better snap. Not a deep punt. It's a high one. And Moon's going to need just about 40 yards here. So certainly doable for the Tigers. We saw last drive, John, they started to kind of find the middle ground where they were completing passes, but it was more of the medium depth passing.
Yeah, short. And I think it's interesting here for Penn-Trafford from a defensive standpoint. Did they continue just to play a soft dropping 8, or they bring up the corners and the outside linebackers maybe and press the slots and the wideouts for Moon. Looks like they're playing off.
All right, I finally got the timeouts reflected accurately on the scoreboard. Moon has 2 of them. Short pass, and that is complete. Vendetti on the receiving end of it, and the Warriors tackle him in the field of play, which means the clock continues to run, a pickup of 5.
PT will give them that.
Moon's taking some time here. Another short pass. Same receiver and the same outcome. And now Vendetti goes down the far side and is forced out of bounds, which will stop the clock.
Vendetti has some quickness there. Usually PT is very, very solid in converging to the ball and making plays in space.
It looked like he was going to be dead to rights in the field of play, but that turned out as good as possible for the Tigers. Ball now at the Warriors 40. Cross, scrambling. Fires, and I believe that is incomplete. So to bring up 2nd down.
Good rush there by the 3 defensive linemen from Penn-Trafford that time. They did a little twist game, and Taylor forced Cross out of the pocket.
Do you, if you're the Warriors, think about maybe bringing more pressure?
I would think it would really catch Moon by surprise, and I don't think they've done this a whole lot as far as pass protecting and who to identify and so forth as far as blitzing. But then again, you're putting your people in one-on-one coverage then too against the speed of Moon.
Cross, he's going to run this time, and he's got some room. And he's got the 1st down, and he's got to about the 25-yard line. A gain of nearly 15 for Andrew Cross, and they still have over a minute with which to operate. 2 timeouts as well as they near the red zone. Cross almost at a standstill, and now he'll just spike it. I think the officials are going to talk here. That did not get beyond the line of scrimmage.
No, not at all. That could be intentional grounding.
Outside the pocket for sure, but I don't think that was even close to the line of scrimmage.
No.
And I didn't see any receiver nearby, did you?
No, not at all. I think the flag's going to be coming out here. Yep.
Well, that's a mistake by Cross, but again, it's hard to blame him because there's almost no way that he has gone through these types of scenarios to this juncture. The responsibility of a quarterback in the wing tee, we mentioned they do take some shots on play action, but primarily it's about being deceptive with giving the ball to the right ball handler, and it's a lot of ball handling from the quarterback.
That's a big penalty. Yardage and loss of down, correct? Yes.
And we're now at 49 seconds.
Back to the 40.
Oh, yeah, that's a loss of almost 15 yards. Cross backpedaling. He's going to take a shot. And incomplete. For a split second, a lot of Warriors faithful were holding their breath, but Warner Garris, maybe when he came down to the turf, was not able to hang on. You could hear the sigh of relief from the Warriors fans.
There was silence, and then, like you said, a huge sigh of relief, because I thought he maybe would come down with that. That would have been a heck of a catch.
They need 25 yards, but they don't need all 25 here. I think you probably want to get at least 15.
Yeah, 3rd down.
3rd and 25. They need to get it to about the 15-yard line for a fresh set of downs. Cross is going to take another shot. Same part of the field, and same outcome as a great play by Boss as he got the hand up for a PBU.
That was tremendous play by Boss. Played the ball right at the end, and again, that's too close for comfort for PT.
Well, what are the chances they go back to it a third straight play? And now the Tigers are going to take a timeout. Why not? If they don't get the first down here, game's over.
Yes. I would look maybe at Moyer as a big play target here. But, obviously it has to be a big 25-yard gain at least.
Yeah, you're thinking we need 25. If you can somehow draw a penalty, that would work all the same. But 25 yards doesn't seem impossible the way that Moon's taking these deep shots.
Yeah, and the other thing you're thinking of too, possibly, would be like a hitch and pitch, something like that. But I would think Penn-Trafford is definitely dropping 8.
I think more likely is if you catch it and you know you're not going to get the first down at that point, you just have to keep the ball alive, right?
Boise State play back in the day, right? Versus
so
Oklahoma. Well, they got 4 at the 3 deep, right at the yard to gain, with a 4th one in the hole. So PT is definitely. They're still rushing the 3. Timeout.
We'll take a quick break here and continue on WSN.
Hey, Westmoreland Sports Network fans. This is local State Farm agent Alex Hetrick. As a former high school and college athlete, I know the importance of youth sports and the funding needed to make it all happen. Reach out to my office after the game to get your free quote started, and be sure to mention your favorite team so I can make a donation to their athletic department. All you need to do is head to insurewestmoreland.com or text 724-575-7392 requesting your free quote, and we'll reach out to you with your customized policies. Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Here we go, 4th and 25, ball at the 40-yard line, and the Moon Tigers need to convert to keep this game going.
This would be a scenario either you're going to throw it up in the air to Moyer or maybe possibly a Hail Mary type of situation for Moon. Third of all, I mentioned maybe a trick play, hitch and pitch, Boise State play from back in the day.
Well, don't forget about Vendetti. He's made some big plays for him.
Yes. And
Warriors trying to get one last stop. Cross steps up. He's going to have to throw it, you figure. Now he's going to run it. And he's still on his feet. And now he goes down. And the Warriors get the stop. And Cross looks like he is shaken up. I certainly figure he wanted to throw that football and just must not have seen it there, and now concerned as the junior quarterback, who has been stellar in this second half, is down on the field.
If he avoided that last tackle there, just by a shoestring they got him, he may have been able to get the first down.
And I hope, based on what we're seeing, that this is a cramp.
Yes, and that was Weishar on the tackle. He made a big interception back in the third quarter, now a big open field tackle.
All right, we'll take a break with this injury stoppage, but the Warriors should be on their way to their second straight victory, up 14-7 here on WSN.
The John V. Graziano Funeral Home on North 2nd Street in Jeanette proudly serves families in the Jeanette community. The Graziano Funeral Home focuses on traditional and non-traditional services, including funerals, cremation, memorial services, military services, grief support, and pre-planning. Please call us at 724-523-5433. The John V. Graziano Funeral Home in Jeanette, creating a meaningful service to honor the life and memory of your loved one.
Shula General Contractors specializes in transforming the most important space, your home. With our team, your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodel, deck, or addition will be constructed by licensed, insured professionals. We also have extensive background in new home construction, with building lots available in Penn Township. As an approved VA builder, we make life at home easier for our most deserving heroes. Call 724-744-4290 or ShulaContractors.com.
And there it is, every coach's favorite play in the playbook. The victory formation and the celebration is on as Penn-Trafford had to earn this one. The Warriors hang on, and they score a 14-7 victory over the Moon Tigers. And certainly they had to make some big stops late in this one.
Yeah, it was a very interesting contest here tonight, especially from the standpoint of Moon's offense, how it went from predominantly run dominated in the first half to all passes in the second half by Cross. I think the only runs were 2 quarterback draws by him, the rest all in the air.
We'll take a break, come back to wrap this one up. Warriors 14, Tigers 7 right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
This is Dr. Mark Graytalk with Graytalk Family Vision Care.
Hi, this is Dr. Brian Graytalk, and I'm happy to announce our newest location in the Penn-Trafford area on Route 130.
Over the years, we have cared for families in Greensburg and Ligonier. We're very excited about our new location.
We carry designer glasses, bifocal contacts, and dry eye therapies.
Graytalk Family Vision Care, where I care means I care.
We care, Dad. Call 724-744-8804.
The Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is proud to announce the opening of their new banquet facility. It's perfect for sports banquets, Christmas parties, and weddings. This new facility can hold up to 180 people, so if you have an event coming up, Manor Valley Golf Course can host it. Golfers, they specialize in league play, fundraising outings, and have great membership rates. Give them a call at 724-744-4242 or online at manorvalleygc.com.
Cheer on your favorite school in style this season with shirts, hoodies, caps, and a whole lot more from Logo It by L&J Spiritwear. Stop into Logo It's fully stocked store on Walnut Street in Harrison City, where you can browse the latest fits featuring Penn-Trafford, Franklin Regional, Norwin, Hempfield, and Jeanette High Schools. Logo It also designs custom uniforms and apparel. Open Tuesday through Saturday or online anytime at lnjspiritwear.com.
Every morning brings a new opportunity, a new chance to be great. But it's up to you to decide who you want to be. You can wake up and chase your dreams, or stay where you are and remain the same. The great ones keep pushing. The great ones do more. So, are you going to be great?
Give your taste buds a taste of Italy by biting into a slice of pizza at Dom's Pizzeria in Trafford. Voted by the readers of the Tribune Review as the best pizza in Trafford, Dom offers 17 unique toppings for you to choose from. Also try Dom's specialty pizzas, all made with 100% olive oil. Dom's Pizzeria also has wings, hoagies, calzones, wraps, and pasta, all at affordable prices. Eat in or take out, and we deliver. Call 412-372-DOMS, Cabot Avenue in Trafford, and a proud sponsor of tonight's Warrior Player of the Game.
Well, you just saw Dom and Dom's Pizzeria, and it's now time to pick our Dom's Pizzeria Player of the Game. Dom's Pizzeria on Cabot Avenue in Trafford, made fresh. Call 412-372-DOMS for takeout or delivery. Our Player of the Game will receive one free pizza from Dom's. And, John, you're thinking maybe the Dom's Pizza might go to another Dom.
Exactly. I think both sides of the ball tonight, Dom Smith was a factor. Caught a couple passes, screens on offense, and again had a tremendous amount of tackles, especially in the first half when Moon was attempting to run the ball, and played a big part of the pass defense at the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he came up with that interception that basically sealed this one, although the Warriors still had to get one last stop on the final drive of the game. But much like this championship game 3 years ago, came down to the wire, and both times the Warriors found a way to win. They are now 2-1, and the Moon Tigers are now 1-1. What are the biggest takeaways from both these teams, especially on the Moon side, where it seems like maybe they have a completely new identity?
I think they're going to have to make a decision what they want to be offensively, and from what I saw tonight, I think the second half Moon offense could be the Moon offense of the future, spreading them out and throwing the ball a little bit. And I think they have to get a little bit of a run game and short passing game involved in that also.
It's a type of offense you might see if you're down, maybe 24 points. Mm-hmm. But they were, with the one drive being the exception, they were down 7 points for most of that second half. And they still went 5 wide and really never had a threat of running other than the quarterback on keepers.
Yeah, just quarterback draw was the only run they had in the second half. And, they have the big fella there, Brookins, who's not a factor in that offense. And I would think you could still do 4 wides and have him in the backfield also.
Yeah, and on the other side for Penn-Trafford, I'm sure that there's still areas that they need to clean up. And to be completely honest, their pass defense looked a little shaky at times in the second half. Hard to say you can really blame them that much. They probably did almost no prep for that type of offense. But I guess it's better to learn and identify mistakes in a win than it would be the other way around.
Exactly. And, this is a non-conference game, but it's a big, as you said before, it's a big non-conference game because both of these teams are going to be in the playoff hunt. And they could be in the wild card hunt, and this is a big win for Penn-Trafford over a team, Moon, that's going to win a lot of football games this year.
I certainly expect the Tigers will be in the conversation. You figure the Warriors will be as well. Speaking of conference play, it opens next week for Penn-Trafford. Their third consecutive home game will be against Woodland Hills and Scoop Smith, a team that has opened a lot of eyes this season. Woody High comes to town. Woodland Hills tonight was hosting Pittsburgh Central Catholic, so they certainly were not shying away from competition tonight either. And on the other side for the Moon Tigers, they don't have conference play quite yet. They've got a couple more non-conference. West Allegheny up next. That will be at Moon. Want to thank both head coaches, Ryan Lynn on the Moon side and, of course, John Ruane on the Penn-Trafford side, as well as our great videographer, Matt Palumbo, who was briefly braving the elements, but by and large was able to get out unscathed. For John Bainbridge, Sean Myers signing off. Your final score from Penn-Trafford High School and Warrior Stadium. It's Penn-Trafford 14 in Moon Area 7. Thanks for tuning into our coverage tonight and all season long here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.